Alternative. Lucia. Guile. Come on. Round one. Fight.
No! That was a throw. No.
Round two. Fight.
What? Should have jabbed.
You lose.
Should have ticked. That's what I mean.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
Yeah. That's not what I want.
Final round. Fight.
Gosh, Nogarremi knows how to be annoying. It's like his greatest attribute in this game.
It's go time. Let's do this. Round one. Fight.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I need to stop. Oh, I'm so glad that killed. I didn't want to spin super.
Round two. Fight. Final round. Fight.
What? What? I don't know why you just do that without, hit confirming it. Like, why do it raw?
Win. Round one. Fight.
Well, What? I guess I did it too early. That's the one thing I needed to win.
Final round. Fight.
What? Ah, Jesus.
You win.
Jesus Christ.
It's go time. Let's do this. The grid alternative. Round one. Fight.
Sweet, huh? What was that? No, I want it. Ah, I could have had that.
Round two. Fight.
Oh, come on. God, this motherfucker in his sleeves.
one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
I totally meant to whiff that and mix them up. It wasn't a mistake.
You win. Round one. Fight.
Oh,
Round two. Fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Of course you would be mashing. I'm only plus, but you just keep mashing.
Final round. Fight.
Yeah, they finally made it plus on hit, which was ridiculous that I wasn't before.
It's go time.
Alright, I'm gonna let you two play. Looking at the viewer count, I really doubt it, but if Jason Bourne is watching, you should come into the Discord.
Let's do this.
It sounds really funny saying that, but that's their challenge or their CFN, so.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
Oh. Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty big compared to how normally, like, how many people we normally have. It's like close to half what our viewer or entrants have been for a while now. So that's exciting. A lot of new names too. I want to say I've seen Jason Bourne in a Brian F video somewhere. You know, if they decide to be in the Discord. If they don't, then I gotta DQ them. But even one less, that's, you know, it's 14 people, that's pretty good.
Round one. Fight.
Yeah. I suppose Jason Bourne does not want to be found. It's unfortunate, but this is why you read the rules. So you know things like these. Plus, also, I don't know, maybe it's their first time trying to enter a tournament. If you play online tournaments, you should know at this point there's a Discord that you're gonna, like, unless it's like some kind of amateur outfit, there's going to be a Discord for tournament communication. It's just a way better platform than trying to look at Twitch chat. But it could be their first time trying to enter a tournament, so in which case, bummer. Hopefully they figure it out within, 35 minutes or so.
Zeku wins. Round one. Fight.
Nogarremi seems to, at least until he loses patience, he seems to be trying to play a very defensive style here. Is that worth the V trigger? I don't want to trade. That was interesting. Oh no, could have thrown him. Oh, you got baited. Oh. Too bad on that.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, there's that sweep. Gets Nogarremi in trouble sometimes, which, I mean, after how I played him like at least the first couple sets, it's hard for me to like say much honestly because I was doing random sweep too. Try not to, but it's hard sometimes when you're just like, I know they want to walk, or at least you feel like they want to walk, even though they probably aren't actually going to walk. Fuck. That air throw is so like impactful looking. It's like young Zeku back throw levels of like shit. I just got thrown.
It's go time.
I'm not sure if I want to play Nogarremi again. I could just leave it at my victory and just leave it alone from there, you know? Copy this message because I'll probably go type it out or want to post it a few more times in Discord. Oh, not the Ryu. That thing was frustrating to fight. He's like playing like pure like super plat Ryu last time he played Ryu.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh my god. Thank you. Oh my god. Shit. Whew. Salvage that one. I made some goofy mistakes there at the end. Yeah, I should know. Really using that dash. I'm so bad at checking dashes anyways. I don't know what he's doing.
You win.
Did he get some like pre-gaming going on again?
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
Oh. I hate that I can get punished. That's so dumb.
Final round. Fight.
I don't understand why he just mashes like that. I guess it works sometimes. I feel like it can't work at the frequency that he's doing it to like consistent results.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
All right.
You win.
Jeez, I forgot about them. Holy moly. There's a lot of people in this tournament.
It's go time.
Let's go, Oliver.
Let's do
Oh.
this.
Oh. I'm so glad that I set up. I was doing monitor capture for a long time, and I recently, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, set it up to just capture the window of the game, and it's great because I just accidentally opened up my Explorer for Windows and it didn't show up, so that's awesome. Yay, streaming.
Round 1. Fight.
Nice. Ooh. No. Why you gotta have meaties? Stop that. Let me press.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh. Ah, that was bad. Dang, that's gonna kill. That's too much. That's too much chip damage. That's ridiculous.
You lose.
WoW is right. That's just too much chip damage. I know he's had that since season 2. I've been used. There's a Zeku player I play a decent amount, and he normally uses V Trigger 2, so I'm not used to
Round 1.
seeing that bullshit.
Fight.
Oh. That up button is not working. There we go. That was weird. Oh, there it goes. Not working again. Why? Why did you suddenly decide to stop working? That's so weird. Well, that's great. Okay, let's go. Oh no. Ow, ow, ow. Ouchie. Wouchie. Oh. Yeah, silencer's still open, man. You can do exclamation point bracket to get the link right here in the chat. Ah. Ah. Ugh. Ugh.
You lose.
Okay. Definitely we have hit double the amount we had for the last couple weeks, so that's nice.
Let's do this.
Probably gonna have to stream top 6, which is good. It's nice that we have enough players to actually make that, you know, worthwhile. Not that it's not worthwhile, but it feels silly to, you know, do top 6 for just like 9 players. Nogarremi going with that Rue.
Round 1.
I
Fight.
don't know how I feel about the Rue. Like, I feel like, I don't know, there's moments where he shows he could play it pretty calmly, but he kind of just plays like a psycho most of the time. No offense, Nogarremi. But the way your Ryu is just kind of nuts. Is he Oliver missing grams, or is he trying to bait? I'm not sure. You know, that was a perfect time to do it.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh. Kind of look away. I was checking to see if there were any more entrants. That round went pretty quick. Just a little over 20 seconds.
Fight.
Ooh. Nice air there. It can be an okay way to beat Grant, or the Bushin flip, but the Zeku player can also choose to do an early kick ender and kind of blow that up. Be careful with those fireballs. Oh, never mind, you're just dead anyways. Yep.
Zeku wins.
I will say again, if Jason Bourne, if you're in the chat, you need to get in this Discord. If you're not in the Discord where I can communicate with you, I will have to DQ you.
Round 1. Fight.
Don't want to do that, but that's just part of the rules. Makes my life easier and your fellow entrants' lives easier too.
Round 2. Fight.
No, that's not what I wanted. I thought I copied the other message. That's so weird. Oh yeah, they didn't even have the correct connection test, did they? Ooh. Can Oliver make this happen? Oh my god, that was such a long pause. One more hit. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't spin the meter there at the end. Maybe he was hoping to set up a chip situation.
Final round. Fight.
But I feel like if you had spent the 1 bar for the ender on the V-Trigger 2 combo, you probably would have easily just had 1 hit left to finish the round with. Harry the ferret, that's great. Ooh, that was meaty as hell. Oh, that was sick as fuck. And the shimmy.
Zeku wins.
That's a pretty cool stunt combo.
It's go time.
Guess I'll try this again.
Let's do this.
I wonder if just the influx of people is because of the CPT West signups are finally going out and people realizing, oh, there's a CPT at the end of the month. Maybe that's the only thing I can really think of it. I don't know why. Like the only other thing that happened was like NLBC stopping doing online tournaments. The update, but we did have 1 week since the update. Like this is really 3 weeks since the update, but maybe people just okay. Maybe people just took a week off to play around with the stuff. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, I jabbed that. I'm very shocked I didn't get. Oh, that was just shimmy. I dropped the game-winning shimmy. Maybe that's it, Catty. I hope so. Oh shit, that was the bad call. Damn. I did one overhead. Oh, that was a punish? Ah. No, thank you, sir. Ah, I said no, thank you, sir. Ah, swagging on me.
You lose. Round 1.
Owie. There's nothing I can do about this, huh? No fair. Thought Young Seku didn't have anti-airs. Jeez, those medium kicks are too good too. Ah, he pushed. Didn't think he would.
You lose.
Oh dear. Definitely got some heavy hitters in here. The funny thing is, a lot of the heavy hitters haven't played this year. So they're not going to get seeded. Let's see, who was that now?
Let's do this. Round one. Fight.
I know Mataoja has done their connecting class just fine. Oh, a little ambitious there.
Round two. Fight.
Oof. Oof.
Guile win. Round one. Fight.
Oh. Hi, I didn't even notice I was getting hosted. Sorry, everyone. No, Nog's not on mic. He's normally playing in the tournament at first. No, this is just pre-tournament. Getting a lot of late entrants, so checking up on those connection tests. Mylan won again. Very nice. They've been really consistent lately. Oh, I mean, you've seen Nog on mic quite a bit. Makes sense. We're all broken, just different ways.
Final round. Fight.
Like to see you on mic again, Joe. Hopefully it was a good experience for you. Yeah. I was not expecting this this many people. It's been a while. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. It can definitely be a fun time. Just a few more minutes. If anyone else is going to try to sneak in there.
It's go time.
Yeah, we just had another person sneak in. No, Nogarremi. I can't. Well, y'all are just going to have to deal with me being boring here for a bit, because I got to do some tournament starting stuff. Okay. If Jason Bourne is watching, by the way, one last warning. You gotta get in this Discord. If I can't talk to you through Discord, then I gotta DQ you. So I prefer not to do that, but nah. I mean, I'll just have to be a little quiet on mic for just a second while I start up. That's all. Finally, it's my time to shine and do an impromptu DJ set to stall for time. You know what? If you had that in your back pocket, I would definitely like give you the commentator role and let you do that. That would be amazing. Yeah, if you actually DJ Caddy, that's not something I knew about you. Alright, we are just about ready to close up here. Oh, is that Jason typing? Sick. Alright, didn't have to DQ them. Just gotta wait on a speed test. Real quick. Then once we get that, I can close everything up. I think everyone's checked in. Let me double check those actually. Should probably go to this. Yeah. That isn't even updated. I'm really curious if I could even show the whole actual bracket in there. Might be kind of tight. Look at all those people. Alright, looks like Cutie Guy is the only person who hasn't checked in. Cool. There he is. Hopefully.
There I am.
Hey. Still waiting on a test from Jason right now. Oh yeah, that's right. I was trying to. Cute Guy, are you still playing?
I'm always still playing.
Oh, I didn't realize I did a question mark in that statement.
All right, let me get into commentary mode a little bit here. Let me pull up stream chat. I've been out the game too long.
Okay, Keto Guy is still playing. Cool. Check them in. So everyone's checked in. Jason, did you update your speed test? Doesn't look like it.
Yo, Mylan winning the East Coast. Congratulations. Thank you for everybody that rolled on through here, watching me play some trashy ash casual matches where I lost a lot. My Ryu's garbage.
Your Ryu is aggressive. I will say that much.
Better. So's my Guile.
What? You were playing a pretty good slow game, at least that first set. I think you got bored or something at some point.
I always get bored.
You're just like, nah, I need to go in now.
I was born to rush down. I don't know how else to say it. What's weird is on the East Coast I was more defensive. Excuse me, I was more offensive based on a defensive coast, right? East Coast is always known for being more defensive. And then I moved out here and I became more defensive to deal with all the stupid assholes.
Oliver, that's very funny.
I'm used to Nog playing aggressive, so him crouching threw me off. I only crouched when I was playing Guile.
Let's see.
Only because that's kind of like what you have to do with the character. I don't crouch with Ryu because of the crouching is just a means to do a move. Also, what's up, online local? I'm assuming that this is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joseph Monday, that can't sleep right now, so he's just in Twitch chat writing stories about how he would DJ of Days Yonder. He might not even have audio on. He might just be a purely text-based chatter right now.
It's definitely possible. I think he does, though. I'm pretty sure you're responding to me.
Did we seed yet?
Not yet. Not quite yet. I don't even know. Like, the normal amount of people I would seed for this, I'm really curious if it even has enough people to seed.
We have 20 people, so ChaChaZee would usually do... It has 22 people. Holy cow.
Yeah. I would do, like, 8, personally.
Well, usually ChaChaZee would do, like, 1/4 of the number of entrants, so that would be, like, 5, 6. But it's up to you. You want to do 8, 8's fine. I get seeded number 3 no matter what. So. The Mataoja has this sense. I'm pretty sure he's keeping his eyes on the numbers. It's just like as soon as Knuckleberry's about to pass him, Mataoja shows back up, enters the tournament, schools everybody, and then just like goes back into his mustardy cave for 3 more weeks of winter.
It kind of does seem like that, honestly.
And it's like, no, I swear this is the only Monday I could get free. It's like one Monday every month, which I mean could actually be fair. I just want to get top 8 tonight. And I'm not sure that's going to happen.
I mean, that would be impressive, honestly. So, yeah, we got some killers in here tonight.
Yeah, we got Ouija +1. We got CattyG. Big Mac combo. I swear if I have to fight a Sagat round 1, I'm going to just lose my mind.
I don't think you'll have to fight 81 round 1, personally. Unless it just works out that way.
3? No, I shouldn't. We got me, ChaChaZee. We got the Giza, Mataoja, Antony, Bob the Bob, RetromanJr, Huge Biscuit. Not to be confused with those smaller biscuits. Keto Guy, Jason Bourne, who I believe was a boxer player. Peep Kush McGee. What a name, dude. Peep Kush McGee. UCIT, aka UCIT, aka Ted, aka what was his other tag that he had?
I don't know.
No respect.
Yeah, that's right.
Celsius. I don't think I've ever heard of them before. revilOliver, rocking the good old Zeku, was shouting from the rooftops after patch came out that Zeku was now broken.
He got buffed and he was already very good.
MDZ Danny, good to see you, Keto Guy. CattyG's in the tournament, rocking out. Sergeant Slapaho PC, don't get it confused with the non-PC account. This one's politically correct. Knuckleberry Fist, of course.
Alright.
Good old Knuck Fist.
Okay, it looks like Retroman is volunteering as tribute here. So we will get them and ChaChaZee on stream.
Yeah, ChaChaZee, last I remember, was a... why did it just escape my brain? ChaChaZee was a...
I can tell you if you want.
Pookie player. There it is. There's my brain. It decided to show up. No, it's Keto Guy. Yeah. It's Keto Guy. No Keto Guy, it's Keto Guy. Oh, okay. The it's is very important. Okay. Is there apostrophe in the it's, or is it just it's? It's? T-Wood. We got a lot of players tonight. 22 is a big tournament for... the West Coast. We usually are like at 6.
Yeah, it was, I think it's been like 9 the last 3 weeks. So definitely a big jump. I'm really curious if it's just like people being like, I need to like appreciate my online tourney since they could just go away, or if it's because the CPT West got opened up.
It's probably because of the CPT West. Can you Discord stream for me?
Oh yeah, you might want that, huh?
Yeah, it just helps a little bit, you know. I'm not making fun of your pronouns. It's Keto Guy. I just want to make sure that I have everything all right. It's all. Oh my goodness, who's this dude?
Oh, hi Joe. If you're meaning to be in here.
Yeah, just coming in to say boost Nogarremi a little bit, or no, turn up your mic if you're staying. That's all.
I'm here this round. I'll probably be gone in like 10 minutes after this match.
Fart noise. Anyway. No, thanks for running this sniffles. Looks like you're gonna have a big tournament on your hands tonight. A lot of strong players.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun tonight. How was the East Coast? Mineland won, right?
Yeah, it was really good to be back in the saddle to like run things and not like, I don't know. It's been a while since I've done this.
Yo, can we talk about how he hit the Caltrop and then crossed up and got all that damage and mix up? That was kind of sick. I see you, Cha-Cha.
All right, love you guys. Take care. Bye.
See you, Joe.
Hey, see ya. Thank you.
For those unfamiliar, that was Joe Monday, former runner of the online local, and now came back tonight. We'll see how long he stays. We're just appreciative that he is here. But big shout out to ChaChaZee, rocking the what do you call the style? The shell bells. Oh my goodness, he got the bomb setups, the EX dash into all this damage. That literally did 400 damage. But Bison just going to V-shift, try to maintain this life lead. Mash and jab. Does not want to get caught here, but no anti-airs, and grabbing on the overhead's going to get you gripped and dipped. Just a second here. V-shift again. Can't catch him out. The Xian not going to combo. One more for this on the back, though, is going to be able to close it out there. And ChaChaZee looking like he needs to take the Cha-Cha slide into game number 2.
Ibuki wins.
RetromanJr, though, don't forget to take it back now, y'all. Maybe throw out some stomps. 1 stomp this time, 2 stomps this time. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Sorry, it just fits so well. I don't know how else to... I don't know how else. Somebody tried to see the tournament after we started the tournament, and they did not have permission.
Oh, that's a
That was interesting
choice.
to see. They deleted it afterwards, too. They thought they were going to be slick for a second.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, but we're back here into game number 2. ChaChaZee, get out of the chat. Get back in the match. Yo, big crush. Couldn't get the DP follow-up. Was already buffering for that crouch medium, anticipating that the forward roundhouse was going to get blocked. But Retroman, big jump, good, big damage. Just keeping the neutral under control until that command dash right in, and now ChaChaZee trying to get something going, but no Oki after that throw mid-screen. You just gotta take the guess there. The dash up not going to be the choice, and Retroman just getting more jump-ins. Thankfully, you know, didn't get the full combo for ChaChaZee, but still able to keep himself safe. RetromanJr finding these opportunities, and just no anti-airs from ChaChaZee. Was just so ready for Retroman to play grounded like the first round, but not happening at all.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, the cross up Inferno gonna hit on the other side, buzzing out with the EXDP. ChaChaZee trying to find this rhythm here to Retroman, just can't quite seem to find it, but at least anti-airing the jumps and getting the mix afterwards too. The count drop, what's the mix? Just V-shift away, get away from me, staying away from the count drop. Retroman clocked that from a mile away, but can knock it up on the ground now, which is super duper dangerous. The big crush, getting the air reset into the corner situation again. Just one more, the V's reversal is gonna be enough to get it off. And now we're just looking for the CA. If you're RetromanJr here, just any hit. If you're ChaChaZee and he finds it, the slide in, and then the crouch light kick in order to take off the last little bit of health. And now match point for ChaChaZee. Let's see what they're going to be able to do with it here. Walking and blocking slowly, gonna throw some kunais. No, looking for the anti-airs. Went the wrong way on the stand light kick. It confused Retroman, getting the cross under back to the same side, and now ChaChaZee working on the stun. Went for maybe a little bit of a reset there. Didn't work out. The stun's all gone now, but B reversing just to keep the corner situation. Gonna be a good look for ChaChaZee. The big crush on the EX scissors. That's a lot of damage. Just going for the setup. Where's this kunai going? Not the kunai, the cow trap. No, you can't press your button. You got the hit, but it's not your turn. But back throw. Retroman can get something big, but miss the meaty. And that's going to give ChaChaZee some comfortability to just block things out here in this corner. Just waiting for all of these plus frames to end the V reversal just to make sure he can play the rest of his game. And just needs one kunai underneath something here. Any hit will do, but gets clipped by the EX blast. And now just trying to wait it out here. Retroman has gotten so much damage, but finally took to the air at that bad range. Right when ChaChaZee was looking for it, it was just a question of when RetromanJr was going to jump, not a question of if, and ChaChaZee just waited it out the entire time. So good stuff to him. Moving forward to round number 2 winner side right now on winners. Well, round number two winners on winner side.
Yeah,
good job.
All that.
And they'll go up to fight against Knuckleberry Fist. That's going to be a good match. Knuckleberry, of course, known for that V skill to V trigger to Akuma. We're mostly just waiting for the rest of round 2 to fill out a little bit. Substyle took it over Jason Bourne, it looks like.
It does appear to be that way.
Yeah, and I think we have multi-set scores enabled because it's best of 3. It's a little weird now.
Oh, does that do that? I didn't know that. I just thought it was
Yeah,
nice
I
that
think
the label was telling them what to do, but well, I know for next week not to do that. It's fine.
What is it?
I
just removed. Oh, you can go through and manually fix them, but it's weird.
Yeah, I
but
figured
Substyle took it.
could.
Yeah, Substyle took it 2-0 over Jason Bourne. So it's actually going to be Jason versus the loser of 9, which will be whoever loses against Mataoja, that'll be interesting. I'm just going to go through and fix all these sets so that my OCD stops wanting to die.
Okay, you do that.
I will. Trust me. But yeah, a lot of serious killers. I mean, it goes almost without saying that, you know, Mataoja, Knuckleberry, Oliver, UCIT, Antony, you know, all phenomenal, gorgeous players. WG Plus as well. WG Plus 1, excuse me. All phenomenal players in their own right. It'll be interesting to see who has to duke it out there as we get closer and closer to the top. Sergeant Slapaho taking it over the Giza. It's, I think, a Sagat versus Ken matchup. Could be messing up who Sergeant Slapaho used to play.
Ibuki, I believe.
Ibuki. See, so many people. So many people to try to remember, but there's some new names in here that I've never seen. So T-Wood, Keto Guy, or It's Keto Guy, excuse me.
It's Keto Guy.
Peep Kush McGee is always good. Bob the Rob, Huge Biscuit, Celsius, and Nast one. A lot of people that not familiar with the tags and stuff like that. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to end up playing throughout the night, especially compared to some of these larger names. Me, myself, and I'm just hoping to survive.
I'm gonna go ahead and call Ouija and Celsius the stream here and let round 2 people get started. Well, you're still waiting, aren't you?
Yeah, so I might duck out in the middle of this just so we can kind of keep the tournament moving. I don't want to hold people up.
Oh yeah.
Because this is way more people, and
That's so many more people.
yeah, you wake up you wake up early on the East Coast time, so this is already like 11 o'clock for you.
Yeah, I'll be fine. That'll be whatever. Oh,
Yeah,
Ouija
you
still
say that.
repping Lucia?
We'll see. My strategy of just asking people nicely has continued to work, so
Please don't use blah blah blah.
yeah, please don't use Rashid in Ouija's case. A lot of times people don't listen to me. It's kind of upsetting.
Weird.
Yeah, they'll do it like once, and then like the next week that we play, they're like, "Oh, this guy beat the shit out of my secondary. I guess I'm just gonna play him with my main character."
I'm surprised you do it once.
Let's do this.
This tournament, you shouldn't take any mercy on anyone.
No, you absolutely shouldn't. I appreciate the games that people give me, or the sets that people give me, but I want y'all people to thrive. Looks like my set is ready, so I'm gonna duck out for this one.
All right. You.
But
Good
thanks so
luck
much. I'll
with
be
you.
back. Yeah, I'll be back in just a little bit.
You could do. Okay, Ouija plus going with that Rashid, not even risking the Lucia, which hey, I get because it's not a great match against Balrog, honestly. And Celsius is a newcomer to the West Coast online local, so I'm excited to see what they bring to the table.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay. Ooh, big crush counter. Don't have middies though. Gotta have those. Oh no, Rashid's already in the corner. Oh, okay. Crush countered. Oh god, I thought that was. I got mixed there. I'm just speechless right now. 4 hits. God, why'd they buff that? And really kind of a sloppy first round. Both look kind of maybe not quite warmed up just yet, but still pretty dominant on Ouija's side. Ooh. We're in the corner already again. Celsius, if Ouija keeps going for the mixed, or not the mixers, the Wind Blast, should utilize that V skill 1. Oh. Oh no, just getting mixed. that was not the best punish. It is a very awkward thing to punish, so I get it. Okay. Luigi is kind of being defensive. Oh, anti-air failing you, which is unfortunately common with the wall jump moves. I think that's a situation you'd want to use Crouch Fierce in, or typically I go for the air airs when my opponent's wall jumping. Those seem just more consistent. But that's Luigi up. One game here.
Round one.
And just needs one more to advance on. Alright. Mix your hits. We getting Space Trap now. Oh, another Space Trap. And they were just not ready for that wall jump. We got optimal combos here. Mix. Give up the corner. Oof. Yeah, that's a meaty situation. Perfect KO for Ouija. Just Celsius just having a hard time dealing with this pressure. Good punish. Okay, if you're reporting a score, you just do that on challenge, Danny. Oh gosh, this buffed trigger. I can't believe they gave that another hit. Oh, I can't blame them. Oh no, is that the game? That's totally the game. That was last hit and everything. Celsius just go down 2-0 against the Rashid. I mean, that's a hard. If you don't know the matchup, you don't know the matchup. And Ouija really just took advantage of that. Got a lot of spacing traps. And just kind of sowed chaos and got their way there. But Celsius still in it. They're in losers bracket. Make that way up. We'll be streaming all of top 8 this week since we got so many people. So if you make it back up to top 8, you can definitely get on stream again. And right now, did I scene switch? I did. Hey, look at that. Right now, we are waiting for some games to clear up. Mataoja taking over Sergeant Slapaho. So that's, you know, honestly, that's the one time when it's not. I wouldn't assume Mataoja would win. Like, it's not something I can just freely say, yeah, that's gonna happen. So, good on them. I bet you Slapaho is quite a beast. I mean, they were beforehand, but that Buki looking pretty buff now. I keep forgetting that I can't, well, I can move it, but it kind of messes up how it looks on the stream when I move it. Yeah, we're just waiting for this to clear up now. Get some more matches here. Oh, looks like Knuckleberry Fist took it over ChaChaZee. Gonna fight Ouija Plus. Whoever wins that gets into winner's side top 8. See, I'll probably, I don't know. Actually, I was going to say I might get Mataoja and their opponent, but it looks like that match before that hasn't quite started yet, so don't want to wait on that for sure. It's really cool seeing some of these old favorites back here. UCIT and Antony, they were here pretty consistently for a while, so it's been a minute. since I've seen them play. It's also great to see all these new players that I hope to get familiar with. I haven't seen them yet though. Like T-Wood, Bob the Rob, Celsius was one of them. Peep Kush McGee is a great name. No idea who you play, but that's a good name. Huge Biscuit I've seen before. Jason Bourne I've seen before too. I think I've seen them like I said earlier. I think I saw them in a Brian F video, maybe a clip or something. CattyG taking it over Sub Styly. I saw them fretting over the fact that they might have to fight a tire man, so that's pretty funny. Who's... Oh. Okay. Let's have... I'm going to have Nogarremi and Catty on stream. Since their match is cleared up and they didn't just play on stream. Yeah, it looks like the whole... I kind of messed up the bracket doing this best of 3, best of 5 stuff here. Oh, so he's just right there. And it seems like it didn't even have the intended effect that I wanted it to have. Alright. We got these two here. This is for winners top 8. Actually, let me tell. EG and Nuck. Play off stream.
Let's do this.
Alright. Score is reset. Alright. So this is going to be a Guile Abigail match. Kind of doubt he's going to go with the tire. No, he's going with tire. Sick. I hope to see some stupid tire shenanigans. He is on stream right now. He has won a match. It wasn't on stream earlier. I don't care about anything in this match besides seeing the tire. So I better see tire. Oh. Nice little whiff punish. Or not even whiff punish. Nogarremi just caging Catty here. That's a stun. Shouldn't kill. Actually it might have killed had he not fucked that up. Perfect KO for Nogarremi. What a way to start out here. I would love to see some more pokes from Catty when he's at that distance, because you can just interrupt that sonic boom. Oh, hey, he got off easy. You could have punished that way worse. Oh no. Big jump in. Oh, what we got here? Tire? Yeah. Bring me the tire. Yes. Start the tire chaos. We got the activation off the EX punch. Oh yeah, he just... Whoa. I assumed the meaty was going to happen there. Oh no. Just mashing for the EX. Which, hey, sometimes that's a good call. Was not in that situation. Nogarremi going up. Getting the first game of 2 needed. He was... I mean... I think Catty was showing some good choices in that second match. They just kind of floundered on defense at the end. Yeah, that Sonic cross is hard to get over for Abigail. We're almost stunned. And the throw bait again. Is he going to get the combo this time? Oh, resets into another upside down kick. What a jerk.
Round 2. Fight.
But he is just taking advantage of Catty's tendency to try to tech. Ooh. Oh, man. I guess Nogarremi's trying to get some space. He is walking himself to the corner. Now he's back in the middle of the screen. And he does the diamond tactic. Neutral jump sweep. Everyone loves it. Honestly, Oliver, I would like to hold off on your match. Because I'll need to stream another match to keep up with one of our round 2 matches got behind. So I plan on streaming you and Antony next. Which is right now. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention there. TO stuff.
Guile win.
Looks like Catty just unfortunately didn't really get started though. I was really loving what we saw in that first game for the Tire though. Hopefully Catty makes it back up top 8. We get to see him again. Want to see some Tire stuff. Huh. Okay. I got you, Ted. Oh no, someone got it for him. Alright. We are gonna get Oliver and God, I just looked at it. and Antony. There we go. Up here next.
Alrighty then.
You did a solid job there, holding the line. Love isn't always on time.
Was that did you do a musical reference to me that I didn't get?
You don't get that? You don't know Hold the Line?
I don't. What's the artist?
It's Toto.
No, just Africa by them. Sorry.
I feel like if you heard it, you would know. You'd be like,
probably.
oh yeah, this. It's a
I've
pretty...
I feel like I have heard it, but
It's
the
a-
only
it's a
thing,
banger.
like whenever you Toto is the artist, I can only think of Africa.
That's
because they bless the rains.
Round 1.
Catty knows.
Fight.
Well, that's
He
why
gets
they were
me.
modding your chat before I was. All right, we got Antony up against Oliver here, so this is going to be a pretty interesting match. Ken got some pretty interesting buffs, but so did Zek, who's going to light DP, but not giving him space to even call the pet, and now V-Reversal just try to keep the stun down and keep the corner control, but Antony right now is just on top of everything, calling out every stagger that Oliver's trying to do here on offense, and catching every opening on defense. It just seems impossible right now for Oliver. And yeah, the low forward fireball, just a long enough delay that you think you're going to bust through, but no V-trigger activation there for Oliver. You do have to keep in mind he is rocking that V-trigger too, so he can go through some fireball cancel strings like that. But Antony already back to an early lead, got the Tansu around a DP, and now just kind of been his game there. Took Oliver to the corner, getting killed just a little bit, but a back confirm here all the way back to the corner, and Oliver is looking to be in dire straits, but back throw. Alright, but getting that Led Zeppelin out of his boot. Seems to be Oliver, but can't get too far. AntonyBBQ right there, shocking him like it's AC and DC.
Can win.
You're really trying to throw them in there, huh?
Now I'm on a vibe, so I'm just gonna burn through them all now and then have nothing for the rest of the tournament.
It's okay. Get it out of your system, you know.
What, are they not good?
They're fine.
Round 1.
They're acceptable if you like dumb dad joke on song references.
It's just the genre of joke that is, I know a thing.
Some people like it.
Some people do like it. Family Guy is very popular.
Oh, so you've heard?
I have. Anywho,
Oh, okay.
back to this match. I don't know about you, but I feel like other than like Luke, these are like maybe two of the biggest bandits of the patch.
They
Making
made out like fiends. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. Well, Zeku 100%. I feel like Ken,
Ooh,
the changes that he got,
they weren't that big. They weren't.
they just made him more consistent, right?
Mhm.
So all of his damage across the board in V Trigger is just more consistent to get, which is good. That's good that you don't have to time your shit as much and work as hard to get good damage. Love that we just keep lowering the execution.
V Trigger 2 was
This
kinda
is this
weird.
sounds like I'm salty about it or that I'm upset that they're doing it. I'm not. It's just the matter of fact of what they did. But nice counter hit conversion there. Right, max range on that DP. Gonna get the big juggle. Spend it all. Is it gonna be enough? Just
yeah.
enough. Oh my! Oliver knowing exactly how to kill Ken at every situation. You got to be able to, especially when you're going up against the likes of AntonyBBQ. That's going to tie us up one apiece, but this is a first of two. We're not even into top 8 yet, and we're seeing Oliver and Antony battle it out blow for blow.
Round 1.
But let's see who's going to establish this early lead here in game number 3 here. Neither one of the players wanting to risk too much early on, but it's going to be Antony getting the first knockdown. But my God, they're just swinging in the neutral. Another confirmed DP for the big damage. Your reversal don't mean squat. You're in the corner. That's the stun, and this is pretty much going to be able to seal the deal if Antony wants to spend any of the bar, though. Yeah, gonna hold on to it, just not worth any of the damage. You would have had to spend both bars, I think. I don't think EXCP would have done just enough, but low forward, and just, again, that gap where it feels like Oliver should be activating V-Trigger 2 and just getting nothing instead. It's almost like he's forgotten, and then tried to shift into a crouch fierce anti-air. It didn't happen at all. Got put into the corner, miss on the Oki setup, but nice crouch fierce anti-air the second time around, but no confirm on the counter hit. Now we're just gonna swing out, jump out of the corner. And it just feels like Oliver here can't close any of this gap. We're going to get the activation. It is going to be fully invincible. DP afterwards gets to get some damage. Dash forward after the stance switch, but you missed your setup. And that means you got backed into the corner, into the juggle. Now Antony needs one touch in order to kill you, or a throw now too, but right through the fireball string. We finally got to see a DP again because you didn't have the super meter and you weren't trying to hold on to it for anything. But no, didn't go behind, and now just needs one more touch to recover that great life. But overhead or low or throw or anything in the whiff punish is what it's going to be. Antony moving into top 8 winner side, where I think he's going to have to fight up against Mataoja. But we have to see that on the television for what comes up next, because that's Mataoja versus UCIT, and while Mataoja I think comes out on top of those, it can really go either way.
Mm-hmm. Especially with it being only first to 2.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Without a
I
doubt.
don't want to fight UCIT in a first to 2.
Well, he's definitely, I think, a full-on Luke main now. I don't even think there's an attempt at the Urian. His biggest
why would he
trait was
now?
just his. His biggest trait was just those specific timings on EX headbutts that were just like blow up people trying to actually look out for EX headbutt, but you're just so concerned about it that you're not doing anything. So you either start ignoring the fact that he can EX headbutt and just pushing buttons all the time and accepting that you'll get EX headbutt any of the time, or you do nothing, and that's not the right person that won.
I know.
But the other side of that coin is if you did nothing, you just kind of I'm joining right now. You just kind of let him roam free, which is no good. Don't want to see that happen. So we'll see what ends up happening here. I'm gonna go ahead and hop on out. You guys enjoy my set against Ouija. I'm gonna ask him to play Lucia again. So have fun. See you later.
Good luck, sir. I really doubt Ouija's going to take the bait this time. I just realized I'm moving the screen around, huh? There we go. We got just a top 8 view for you now, since we're getting close to it. Actually, you know what? Sorry. I need to keep an eye on losers bracket, actually. But anywho, we got Rashid, we got Guile.
Round 1.
You know him, you love him. And let's see if Nogarremi can actually... Yeah, ChaChaZee was in here earlier. See if Nogarremi here can actually keep the slow-paced game going that Guile requires. Well, not requires, but can do really well with. Did not push the whiff there. Oh, that's... You know what? Show them the option early. I get it. Alright, we got some corner pressure. Oof. I try to go for the air option. I'm guessing the air grab just doesn't work when he's clunked the wall like that. Oh, I respect that option. Did you see how much that trade did for? That was a sick conversion.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, not the random sweeps, man. It's like if there was one habit I could get Nogarremi to stop doing, it's random sweep. Alright, we got corner. Taking the pressure. I say there's really no reason to like try to get in the corner. Especially against this character. That was a nice bait. Oh no. Man is just jumping. Ouija Plus got that corner mix. It is very hard to deal with. Hey, at least we're in the top 8 here. Nogarremi has at least one more game to kind of get used to the pressure. Nice bait on the roll. Wow. Did the Sonic Cross and the Flash Kick hit at the same time? That was interesting. Uh-oh. He's just trying to beat you. Ooh. Nice reaction to the... I don't know what that was, but we got punishes. Oh, just an immediate jump catching the V-skill in his recovery. Ouija getting the 3rd round in a row here.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh. Nogarremi just getting a little too fireball happy there. Yeah, I would honestly just default to sweep for a punish on that V skill. Because that should always reach. Oh, he's crouching, but wasn't quite ready to convert. A little too far off in the corner to get that sweep conversion at the end. What? I'm broken. I don't know what just happened there. Ouija's being a little more cautious about trying to get in. Just gotta... Oh, one more hit. Ooh. That was close. Close. Ouija did a normal move forward.
Rashid
And
wins.
thus, Nogarremi whiffed. That's 2 up for Ouija Plus here. I feel like Nogarremi's still in this. They need to stop falling for the obvious things, like when Ouija's just standing far away, just ready to EX Eagle Spike through the booms. Oh man. Ouija's taking advantage of Nogarremi getting too comfortable throwing those booms. Not worried about baits anymore. Activate. Oh no. Oh, just barely hit the sun. Yeah. That's just hard to react to. Even if he had V triggered, I'm not sure the recovery would have been over in time to flash kick there. Alright. Honestly, it's a great trade. It's not great losing the like positioning from it, but the health disparity in that trade is great. Oh. I'm surprised he blocked that. I definitely got hit by that. Be careful with those booms. Oof. Spike in here. Yeah, that was not just on my side, it seems. Ooh, that was meaty. Didn't get the conversion though. Oh no. Just need one more hit. A boom came out. They wanted V reversal, I think. Oh, this is precarious. Ouija, unforced error there. Did not need to do the roll. They just need to play it cool and get one little hit. Letting Nogarremi back in the set here. Oh, that's... Oh. What? Okay, I don't know how the air throw didn't hit him. We are just 2 ships passing the night, huh? What is happening? Nogarremi really trying to bait out some kind of fireball option here. Ooh, the Rhino sweep working out. Gotta look out for that activation. That's game, yeah. Oh my gosh, he was so close to getting a game against Ouija.
Rashid wins.
Just barely not. Yeah, I threw that boom. Probably didn't realize Ouija had gotten another V trigger, and that was the game. Turbulent wind go burr. How true. Okay. Now, next. Did I switch my scene? Okay, I did. Next, we are going to get Mataoja and Antony in here. There's a West Coast classic right here. Been a minute since I've seen it, though. Mataoja being the professional, always ready.
Hunting the stream, some would say. Stalking it like it's a prey.
Some would say.
Glad I could provide some entertainment with Revilo saying I'm seeing some interactions I've never seen before.
Yeah, it was like a good 5 seconds of just wow, they just keep missing each other.
Yeah, it's really aggravating. Let me tell you. And then Rishi just has damage when he's in V-Trigger too, and it sucks. Anyway, I'm salty, but moving forward, good job to Ouija +1 making it to winners finals. We got Mataoja and Antony coming up. What? Mataoja and Antony? I don't know why I felt like I said something else. But we are, you know, it's a story as old a time. If you've watched this tournament series long enough, Mataoja and Antony for a good while last year were like running into each other back to back, and if it wasn't Antony, then it was John Haley with the Ken as well. So it's interesting to see how this is going to kind of mix it up here. We got V Skill 1 from, watch CPT 2022, don't forget. We got V Skill 1 coming from Mataoja here, and V Skill 1 coming from Antony, but still rocking the V Trigger 2, curious enough, Antony is, for those spicy hit confirms and extra juggles. But right now Mataoja is just playing a solid grounded footsies game, not even buffering and holding charge, just walking forward like a lion, hunting and stalking his prey on the Serengeti. But Antony right now showing that he's not so weak in defensive, using this run for a lot of Oki pressure too, smartly so, and he got the whiff punish. He is mad crisp right now. But he can't block his dome. I don't care how crispy your footsies are, if you can't block your dome, you might not have a chance to win this match. But he got the check too far to get the 3 hits, was a little bit late on the sand light kick, and that's just gonna give Mataoja the ability here to come back even a little bit more here. But out of the corner now is Antony, but not out of the woods yet. You can see just the way that Antony's walking back in situations and then surprisingly walking forward. It's not letting Mataoja get a clean read on where he's going to be on the screen to try to dash punch him. But right there, scooted in, found the low for that damage, and now the life lead for Mataoja after losing basically the entire round. No check on the turn, and now Antony is trying to find this hit confirm into V-Trigger if he can find it, but the crouch fear is going to anti-air as well, and Mataoja is salty that didn't kill it right now. Just one more touch, 20 seconds on the clock, and just checking those toes. Them toes, eat them all up right now. Mataoja's going for him. Dip him in mustard. He'll love him.
I feel like I need to remind everyone this is an 18+ stream here.
I think I didn't say my F-bomb yet for it to be PG-13, so I think I still have something here. It's not 18+ yet.
I was talking about the toe noises, but okay.
Yeah, what about it? -4 got the good punish. We don't kink shame here, all right?
Oh, no shame. I'm just saying, like, hey, maybe don't let your kids listen to it. That's all.
Kids are allowed to know what kinks are.
As a father of a 7-year-old, I don't know if I agree with that.
I do not have kids. And Sniffles does, and it's hilarious. Just as hilarious as Antony winning that round. Just took him to school there right now. Oh my goodness, and got the... Oh my goodness, I'm surprised Mataoja was still present after that situation. I would have been frozen stiff right there. I got UCIT, don't worry about it. But we are going in right now. As Antony just got the jump and wasn't able to get the full hit, but Mataoja able to get the anti-air into the V-Trigger. I was going to say critical art, like it was a Shinyu Repa from like Ultra Street Fighter 4 or something like that, but going to get the medium Tatsu, and this is the extra juggle. And that's going to be able to close it out there nice and clean. There is Antony taking game number 1.
Yeah, I was a little worried at the beginning of that round. Antony seemed to be going back to like the kind of wacky, not real pressure there for a minute, but he cleaned it up, played real solid after that point, and got that game.
I mean, you gotta bring it out every once in a while. Otherwise, your opponent's just gonna always know, oh, this guy's just gonna go for the solid stuff. What does it matter? Right? So it's good that Antony's bringing it out, but recognizing when it doesn't work and changing to something else is going to be the even better situation there. And Mataoja right here trying to find out what wasn't worked for him before, but Antony still keeping the pressure high here, getting a lot of damage and stun, but going to be able to put it all away with just a couple of good hits, and now just getting the whiff punish. On the dash punch too, he spins all the V-Trigger, and look at how much life Ken still has. That'll give plenty of time for Antony to build up another V-Trigger if he's able to find maybe just one crush this entire set to sit at a comfortable life lead. But Mataoja himself is trying to find a way to build up this V meter to the right gauge, and slowly working Antony into the corner is going to be not a good way to build up the V meter, but it'd be a good way to steal this round. But Antony right now is the one getting crossed up into a good old chunk of damage, has the corner control now, keeping the plus frames, no anti-air, as both people kind of just whiff some buttons. And Mataoja is going to find the activation, view reversal just to try to close this out. Look at that gray life. Any hit now for Antony to be able to close it, but he tapped on through. Tap on through to the other side.
Yeah, they did nerf the tap level 1 and 2, but those other ones are just fine for getting through projectiles.
Yeah, I didn't hear what number it was, but man, that was a gorgeous interrupt from Mataoja. The read that Antony was going to look for something there with a fireball was remarkable, and you love to see had the full confirm lined up too, and the whiff punish now in this round. You can see the momentum turning in favor of Mataoja here. You can see just everything going his way here. Too close, but no light kick this time. But cross up on the EX Tatsu. No, not able to anti there was Mataoja, but just look at this defense in the corner, right? Got the tech on that situation, got the V reversal to try to push out a little bit, and now getting the crush. We're back to mid screen, and Antony just can't seem to find a way to close this gap consistently. But here we go, the crush counter roundhouse on the stand fierce. Doha got a little bit too ambitious, and Antony now has this corner control, but patience on the defense right now from Mataoja and blocking the EX dive kick. That's going to be -2, and Mataoja just kind of out of trouble here, just blocking some hits until he can get this V trigger lined up, and then he'll definitely look for a way to get into it and look for the kill now and start some pressure of his own, get out of this corner and put Antony in his own. But nice check there on the spin into the critical art, even with the scaling on the triple lights. I think this is going to be enough.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that unfortunately spent a bunch of resources for Antony, but was able to survive that round. If he can do that again in this round, he could actually put Mataoja in a very dangerous situation, being 2 games up. But Mataoja sitting on mostly full super meter here, can find a lot of damage or even just spin it for some plus frames to put Antony in a worse situation. But nice whiff punish, and is going to get the full juggle. You're seeing that against like Zangief stand roundhouse, but Antony's been practicing in the lab against this character. You see that his spacing is on point and is deadly right now with this kin, bringing the heat like it's the wild, wild west. We got, I don't know what else to say. I mean, he's cooking. The barbecue is happening.
No offense to Antony, but I expected this to go the other way. Granted, not being free or anything, but
no, that is just the level of dominance that we are used to seeing from Mataoja when it comes to games like these. But he's not out of it yet. If anybody's going to be able to make a comeback, it's going to be Mataoja, but it's still not looking good. He eats a fat crush counter, and now he's in the corner after that throw. And Antony here is going to be so good, you do not want to try to jump out. Even if you're Mataoja, you know Boxer doesn't have a cross-up, so you're not even trying to jump out like you're normal. But he's anti-airing your neutral jumps. He's punishing your throw attempts. He's shim-shamming you to next Sunday. But right now we got the V-trigger activated. He's going to sit him back down and get the reset situation. Finds the counter hit, and this is going to be some good-ass damage here in the corner. And now we're tossing him up one time, one more for the stun if he can find a combo, 2 more if he gets a throw. The V reversal is going to put that stun down, and now we're just back here to this neutral, going to slow it right back down. Spins the bar, does Antony just to get out of this corner, and now he's looking for Mataoja to overextend here in this neutral. Nice check there on the unsafe medium kick, right? You can take your turn after that. +2, going to V reversal again, not fast enough to get the gray life, but behind the back again. We've seen it so many times. If you are not like preemptively pushing that crouch fierce, if you're Mataoja, that EX dive kick is going to go behind. You're not going to get your anti-air, and Antony's going to get a big old fat punish, but a miss on the big fat jump in punish on the DP. It doesn't matter. He picks it up anyway. Going to take Antony into the corner. This is for his winner side life here for Mataoja, but the crouch fierce again. Boy, you better make sure that you are not missing your rush punches. We've seen down medium punches, we've seen crouch fierces, we've seen the Shin Ryukin all come out and punish these dash punches at the unsafe ranges. You know that Mataoja is trying to hit them right at the tip, so if you're able to take that step back, if you're Antony, you're able to do some good stuff. But Antony just finally got out of the corner. Let's see if he can turn it into something big, but the V reversal, Mataoja knew that the chance to start something was going to happen, and so you just got a V reversal. Let Antony sit back down, find your walk-up button, take the counter hit, take the round, get maybe a game on the board here. We have to see how this possible final round here to decide who's in winners finals boils down to, or if Mataoja still has something left to show us, this pink tracksuit, you know he's looking fly right now. It should be mustard yellow to rep this man's stick, but there we go, the down medium punch. I told you, if you whiff punch it, excuse me, if you're whiffing your dash punches, Anthony is on top of it, getting the next situation as well, into the corner, toss him up one time, and now Mataoja is in dire straits. I say dire straits again, I've already used that line earlier tonight, but we are going into it. He's just pressuring right now, and it seems like Mataoja's just caught. He tries to press out, and he can't. The DP's there, and then the shim sham. Take the ham, go home. That's what Anthony's saying to Mataoja right now, who's going to, I think for the first time ever, go down to loser's bracket before top 3.
I don't know about that.
It's rare.
It's very
incredibly rare that
sure.
any of this happens for Mataoja to go down. But I think you said that all of top 8 is going to be on.
Oh yeah.
So we got a ton. We got at least 8 more matches coming on deck for everybody tuning in tonight. I believe up next, that's gonna bless the streets right now, is gonna be Revilo, aka Oliver, versus UCIT, who I'm just gonna call Ted.
Just Ted.
Just Ted. Best followers, primes, and viewers on mountainviewers.com.
Yeah.
I didn't see that earlier. I'll go ahead and ban.
Thank you, sir.
Whew.
All right, we are showing a Urian here. I don't know if that's just a bluff though.
Nah, I think that's for the tournament. I don't think this man's gonna play Urian. Although Urian, as long as you're okay with having to spend full super to have an invincible option on Wake Up, Urian did get some good buffs and still does some mad ass damage. Although I will say the delay on the Aegis making it a little bit harder to whiff punish with is probably actually the biggest nerf to the Aegis and the biggest nerf to Urian. The EX headbutt, he could have actually survived the EX headbutt nerf if Aegis still was able to whiff punish by itself. Now you always have to hit a button before you whiff punish. But we're gonna see the Urian. You know, I like to see Ted having that stick-to-itiveness, not willing to give up on Urian just because everybody says he's ass. Don't mean that he is. He still has phenomenal buttons. He still has phenomenal ability to combo and damage, and you're seeing that right now as Oliver is just getting taken to the corner right now, gripped and dipped one time. That's all it's gonna be, but out the corner now, and Oliver can start his game. But the checks with the down jabs, it's gonna get UCIT out of trouble there. But right back into it with the EX Bushin flip grab. Oh my goodness! Like,
It turns out he still has the EX cherry tackle.
You would literally not even, I mean, it's like what, 7 to 9 frames across the entire screen, even on trade. Look at the chunk that it did. Unfortunately left him with a pixel, but UCIT coming in with the stand medium kick, going to be able to go over a bunch of lows and just go so far that any button getting pushed there is just kind of in a rough situation. And I really like how Ted's showing that, you know, despite the few nerves that Urian got, you can still do plenty of mad damage with them. Right, they gave a kind of a reason to use V-Skill 1. They made him a little bit more fair, I think. I think Urian before was just too good, but now we're just seeing it. Raw Urian action, just pure normals, pure confirms, and you just gotta deal with it if you're Oliver, who's just maybe not accustomed to fighting the new Urian at all, or at least the style of Urian that UCIT is bringing right now. But don't matter what their style is when you're running your set play so strong right now. Oliver just going in right now, but the EX headbutt's actually going to move a decent distance away. Going to get UCIT away from the situation, but the medium kick check the EX cherry tackle. Now you have to be careful for the Aegis activation. You didn't break, and that means you're eating a fat combo. It's not going to be enough to kill, but you're in one-touch situation, and you better not get thrown. I was saying it before. I couldn't get the words out fast enough. I knew the throw was going to happen. That's all I can say.
It's a decent call.
I mean, you put that up Aegis there, you were literally just looking to throw your opponent there.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, so now we are fully down to our top 8 situation. UCIT is trying to make sure that he stays in this to fight against me next, but Oliver wants this run back from the pre-tournament. He's not going to go down without a fight. Couldn't get the grab, the V-ship just to get away, and the Sun's going to go down here, but might not even see an Aegis out of UCIT if he gets Sun here. Yeah, going to V-ship again, and now he's definitely not going to get Aegis without a crush counter or using some more of that V-skill 1. All right, Weasel was called, but good fireball on the interrupt. We got the V-Skill 1 charge, but you have to be able to use it to get most of the effect of it. The back throw, we still have like a pixel chance that UCIT gets his V-Trigger, and there it is. Going to get the punish there too. Counter hit. You're going to go coast to coast right now, or just mid-screen to coast. You know, it's coast to coast if you count the Gulf Coast, all right? I appreciate the small laugh, but staying like it's just going to be that stanky leg that Oliver needs in order to close it out. This is a first of 3-2, by the way, so there's plenty more Zeku Yuri in action coming your way. And going to check the dash forward with the crouch light, go for the Bushin flip cross up. Going to find the hit there and get a counter hit too, but the bust out from UCIT, and by bust out, I just mean taking up the entire screen with our hitbox. No remorse for it either. And now you think, you know, when you're just so tired of dealing with EX cherry tackle on the ground that you just start jumping at Urine, because like surely he'll try to EX cherry tackle or something and I can just jump at him, and then you get hit with like crouch fierce headbutt into crouch fierce into, you know, 300 damage. Then you try to jump out of the corner and you get EX shoulder tackle, and then, you know, the V shift, you can't get any of your pressure. If you're Oliver right now, this is super frustrating, but finding the counter hit conversion, max range, gonna get the pressure here too after the Weasel. Pop go the Weasel because the Weasel go pop, and UCIT losing the last of that life bar. Oliver popping the last of his meter.
Do you think we see the change to Luke?
Okay, Tapasa?
Do you think we see him change to Luke?
Do I think I see him change to Luke? I don't think so. This Urian performance was still not bad. It came down to the wire in that second round there, and it could have gone either way. And after winning the first round too, he called out the jump with the up fireball and just got the charge off of it too. Unfortunately, couldn't get a good follow-up situation for himself, and that's going to give Oliver a chance to stack some damage here. But if you're Oliver, you have to be careful about how you're calling things here. There is that armored headbutt, I say, as it comes out, going to do a little bit of damage and give Urine a good situation for themselves to get out of this corner, and that's exactly what you see UCIT do here, trying to recover some of that gray life too. But Oliver, for the most part, was able to keep a lot of it on there, but finally getting taken off with the throw into the counter hit. Fierce too. That's an excellent conversion there. Excellent understanding of the situation. And now just one more for the kill. Oh no, needs another. No, the throw wasn't enough. Gonna reset, and the EX headbutt's not even invincible, and it's still blowing shit up. But now we get the tech. We back up behind the mirror. You don't want it behind you at all. Now we get the bomb check, and it's good that Ted realized he has to block that. That bird does do damage, just like how that kick has that lingering hitbox just a little bit, and that's going to put Oliver up in the rounds count finally. Let's see if UCIT has anything to say about it. And he's speaking so loud with those EX cherry tackles. The big jump, but couldn't get the confirm, and now you're locked down here in the corner. The fastest V reversal in the West. It's going to be the Zeku V reversal, but we are chilling out here in this corner. It just does not seem like Oliver can get out of this corner, but it also doesn't seem like Ted can punish these Hazantos. Not able to get the DP, had to dash 2 times, so a little bit too slow in that situation. But you still see Oliver trying to get something started here. He gets the run into slide, gets the back throw, gets the DP after stand switch, gets the EX run stop into throw, throws him again, and now just one more. Thankfully, the overhead is blocked. Ted having some semblance of a defense here, but you know, Oliver's trying to build up to that super. No, he spins one of those bars. The booster ship not going to do it, and now you're just kind of stuck here. The meter was spent on the EX cherry tackle to get the second Aegis out, but it still seems like a super rough situation here for Ted. He has to make the world and the moon happen here, but the big jump on the crouch fierce possible anti-air. One more for the kill. The slide finally connected on some of the last active frames. Is going to spend the last of that V-trigger, the second one that he got in this round, in order to get the back throw, and that's going to put Oliver up 2-1.
You kind of got to feel for him just a little bit, because he was just one situation from getting that round.
Nah, fuck that, man. That was my one F-bomb, so if I say any more, then we're officially 18 plus. But, or excuse me, 17 plus? How old do you have to be to watch R-rated movies?
17? I think yeah, 17. It doesn't matter.
But, man, this has been a fire match so far. It's been interesting to see. It's not... I can't say either side's been winning consistently. It's just been like this slugfest back and forth. Oliver's at least turning things around right now a little bit. Gets a counter to confirm into the sweep. Has his corner confirmed. Going to get another one. Didn't spin the meter. So now he has to find this next situation. The Aegis is out. You're getting hit one time, but no confirm. And Oliver's just there checking with the jab on your walk forward. You know Ted wanted the back throw into the corner situation. Not going to happen as Oliver moves into match point. Again, if he wins, he has to fight up against me. And I'm not even sure if that headbutt has air invulnerability anymore, but
Yes.
Ted making it work against those Bushin flips, just keeping Oliver locked down here in this corner right now.
I think what it is it has throw invul, and he's just both times he's done it. Oliver has gone for the throw.
Ooh, jump back jab, probably a light headbutt attempt at best. If not, it was just a jump back jab, which is always a safe option. But going to anti-air into the slide, into activation, but not able to get your own plus frames to use. But he's going to dash through the button from UCIT. You got to remember that dash from Zeku is fully invincible for V-Trigger 1 on the second activation. So super good. Dash up, gets the throw. Any confirm now is going to be into super for Oliver, or he'll spin the meter here to get the mix up. But I think with having a meter,
Nice
yeah,
action, yeah.
yeah, it was just going to be a little bit too hard there for Oliver. UCIT knows the best chance that Oliver has to make a comeback is to get some shenanigan into the Bushin flip, so was willing to just bet the farm there that there was some sort of Bushin flip coming, instant jump jab on the confirm on the situation. Oh my goodness, and just wanted away from the medium kick, tried to check on it, but just unfortunately getting counter hit instead, and now we're, excuse me, just V-shifting. I got the hiccups right now. Oh my goodness, target combo, toss him up one time, has critical art again, spins a bar to keep the pressure, do it again. No, keep him in the corner, chase down the V-shift, and this is going to be plenty to kill. Even had some gas left in the take if he wanted it, if he did a stance switch, but that's going to be Oliver moving forward in loser sign. He'll have to fight up against me a little bit later, but 3-1 against UCIT is no joke. I'm honestly a little surprised after the third game where Oliver went up 2-1 that Ted didn't switch to Luke there just for the, you know, he had been fleshing out that character before, so it's interesting to see that he didn't decide to continue fleshing out the character there, but maybe just trying to get, you know, more accustomed to how this newer Urien is going to play when it comes down to it, right? Because when you're in a situation where your character gets nerfed and then you're like, okay, well, maybe like you play them in ranked a little bit and you're like unsure, like, oh, maybe it's all right, you know, I can still do some things, and then you're like, well, let me really test it out, let me get into tournament, let me get to a good position in tournament and see if that's going to work out. And it just seemed like the Urien just didn't have a lot to offer, but I don't think that really came down to the fact that Urien got nerfed too much as Zeku got buffed. Right, towards the end of the sets, it just became more and more clear that Oliver had a better understanding of what Ted was trying to do throughout the match, and was able to capitalize on it more and more with how strong Zeku is now.
I couldn't tell you the last time I've seen this matchup.
Sagat versus Ibuki. The last time I saw this was Razor Shien versus Bonchan in Ultra Street Fighter 4. So I don't think I've ever seen this matchup. Of course, it can be pretty difficult for Sagat with the forward roundhouse and a couple of anti-fireball tools that Ibuki has, including, even the anti-poke tools with the V-Skill 1 as well. But the benefit that Sagat has is he does a ton of damage as soon as he can find those few hits. But just going to find it super hard to position themselves on the screen with that slow walk speed versus how fast Ibuki is. Right, Sergeant Slapaho knows that he has a life lead. Didn't have to go and get clipped on the high tiger shot, trying to jump over to instant air kunai. Gives it the second time on the low tiger shot. The bomb activation is just going to get jumped out of it. Now you got activated on. This is going to be so much damage. It's just enough to kill. Absolutely. Still had one more hit in the chamber. 2 more hits in the chamber. 3 more hits in the chamber. 4 more hits in the chamber. My goodness. Plenty of damage there. And Big Mac combo 98. We saw him get so far last week, I think, getting 3rd place. No, 1st place.
Yeah, they won last
Yeah, got
week.
the bracket reset against Magneto 1080p. I'm now remembering this. I was salty, so I kind of tuned out early, but I checked in on the results.
I gotta say, Big Mac did a great job last round.
Big Macs are good.
You saw, if you were watching, you saw their behavior completely changed as soon as Slapaho had V-Trigger ready. They did a really good job mitigating that trigger.
Oh, thought that kunai with how instant air it was would have been minus. Tried to push something, and that gave Sergeant Slabaho the ability to start some pressure here. Just needs one more touch, getting clipped in the toes. You just got to be careful on your activation here. It can literally be a 2-touch game here. One more touch now. V-shift, I agree. Get away from it right now. Super hard to, you know, to option select at mid screen, or maybe not super hard, but you really have to make sure that you're looking for it mid screen if you're Big Mac combo. And thankfully, the crouch medium for Sergeant Slabaho was able to take down the giant that is Big Mac combo right now. Oh no, missed the instant air kunai. That's going to cost you big here, but is it enough? No. Couldn't punish the slide and spent the meter on the high tiger shot. Didn't get anything for that. And now just getting chased down here, the EX kunai, the livelihood about to be tied up, especially after that counter, and the sun's building here for Big Mac combo. And you think if you're Sergeant Slabaho that your opponent is going to wake up EXCP, and it's better to be safe than sorry. He finds the sun anyway in the follow-up situation, and then gets the Oki situation afterwards with the delay back throw, and that's going to give him game number 1. That was a lot of words, but we're going into game number 2 here. What sort of differences do you think we're going to see at a Big Mac combo here?
I feel like I would hope to see them take advantage of the opportunities they do get better, because they got like that hit into roundhouse earlier, got nothing off of it. They definitely could have had a better conversion off of that, and really just play a little less reactionary as far as when you're on defense. They're pushing buttons in places I'm not super fan of, but they're still playing super solid for the most part.
Yeah, this mid-range to offensive game plan has been super solid, but you mess up one fireball toss, and Sergeant Slabaho has a read that you're going to toss another fireball, and that's the kunai. That's the corner situation. You get hit in the head. You get reset on the bomb. Perfect timing for the he taunt comboed him?
He taunt combo. Oh my god, that was sick.
Bruh. Yo, I didn't realize it was Sergeant Disrespect just coming in with the taunt. You can't even say Slabaho. I mean, Sagat's a big boy. I mean, manslaughter at best, but you put the 18+ warning on the stream, right?
I'm pretty sure it's meant for mature viewers, yes.
I hope you did.
I always do, because I have a foul now. Whew.
All right. Just as foul as Sergeant Slabaho's Ibuki, apparently. He's going to go up quickly to 2-0 after what was such a good back and forth in that first game. There just really wasn't much left in the fuel tank for Big Mac. There just was kind of getting steamrolled there.
Yeah, I hope they kind of head back to character select, just take a moment, you know. I'm not saying actually change characters, because I've never seen them play someone else, but give yourself
that was
a minute.
sick. Ouija +1, you've never commented in chat before? Shame on you. You've been here at least 3 times, 4 times maybe. It's a real shame. Nice block on the cross-up. Looked it kind of hit in front, but just knowing how Ibuki and Sagat interact, apparently, Big Mac combo has definitely seen this match get played.
Kunai again.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too big of a deal before you have EX bar to miss those kunais. If you start missing kunais when you have the EX bar, when it's super important that you can get through or over these fireballs, that's when it really becomes an issue. But good with auto whiff punish, pulling the hurt bot back, spinning it back forward with the V skill. Sergeant Slabaho able to get the corner off of that one kind of iffy situation, nice right through the fireball. Yo, got the anti-air and then got the shim. Sergeant Slabaho now on match point to move forward in the tournament. He'll have to go up against Mataoja. Pretty sure Big Mac can definitely make this comeback, but just has to make these couple of good changes here, and just can't seem to get anything right here. Got hit. I'm not even sure what side the hit on. It didn't even combo, by the way. That was a 5-hit combo that did not include the kunai. So definitely got mixed up 2 times there, but Big Mac going through, busting out with the EXDP, but these fireballs, you see Sergeant Slabaho having those meters now, but yo, the big risky DP gonna get so much damage here if you're Big Mac combo, and right back into this round. That's not something that you wanted to happen if you're Sergeant Slabaho. You were looking to EXDP to kind of crush the spirit, but instead you're the one getting crushed right now as Big Mac combo hits the sickest Kara combo of your life. Like, so far away that you don't even think you're going to lose right there.
Not
Big
even
Mac
that.
combo. Well, he just mashed!
Yeah,
Yo, Big
of
Mac
course.
combo wants to take a game here. He does not want to lose out 3 straight games without
Yes,
getting
finally
anything,
reacting to
so.
that.
You know, slid into those DMs, got the V skill, just trying to pressure here in this corner, but Big Mac combo just trying to get away, but the read, that wasn't even a reaction. It was just like, you're gonna throw a fireball, I'm going with the EXQ, now you deal with that. But checking him on wake up is Big Mac combo, has the V trigger activated now. Any combo can kill if you're Big Mac, but gonna get the reset here if you're Sergeant Slappo. It's just gonna be enough. Yeah, still had one more hit afterwards, so could have done maybe 50 more damage, but terrifically good job from Sergeant Slapaho, knowing these optimal situations to combo, get the kill, get the stun, you know, all of those together, right? Knowing the perfect time to go for the reset before your opponent's really looking for you to reset constantly. So it's going to be a hell of a good situation there from Sergeant Slapaho. Looking good here, potentially against his match against Mataoja if he's able to keep up that level of professionalism. But coming up next, I believe we should have me versus Oliver in order to keep everything in order.
That is correct, yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and prepare for that. Y'all enjoy Sniffle solo commentary.
And good luck to you. I gotta say, may not have taken that set, or even, I don't think they took a game, but that was a sick comeback from you, Big Mac combo. That was pretty cool looking. So take solace in that you made a really cool looking clip. I will definitely be getting that later. I just realized I'm an asshole and didn't have Nogarremi's name on the screen. Whoops. So we're going to see him and Oliver fight. You saw a lot of this during the pre-tournament if you were here. Although Nogarremi was using his Ryu, which is not quite as practiced as the Guile. I'll be definitely be curious to see how this goes. Nogarremi is he's an interesting player. He can play the wall. I saw him do it today, but he gets bored and he just starts going in when it's not to his benefit. So hopefully he can keep up the defensive game plan that Guile's really good at. I mean, you definitely got to mix in the aggressiveness sometimes. Trip guard sweep. Holy moly. Yeah. Oliver. Yeah, looking for their activation here. Oh. Trying to get it on a hit. You want that damage. You don't want to just take chip damage. That was a good job, Nogarremi, baiting out that V trigger. Oh no! Why do people challenge the weasel? Oh, perfect time to jump in here. Oh, what are you charging for, sir? Pretty solid start from both players here. Oliver walking forward, getting these throws. You are in the corner now. Oh, the plus frames. You know what? I will take that trade. I would not want to take this throw, though. Oh. That is a scary situation. Yeah, Oliver taking the first game. That was kind of a checkmate situation almost. He was looking to activate and get chip damage, although Nogarremi had V meter there, so it could have at least gotten rid of the V trigger comeback at that point and leave him at one touch, so wouldn't have been the end of the world just to even try to force it. Alright, let's see if Nogarremi can make any adaptations here. Oh, he letting the animation play out. Ooh. Oh, not quite comboing there. I think the wrong strength of Sonic Boom, maybe. Ooh, we getting aggressive. Yeah. Those V reversals during activation are super easy to see. I don't even know why he V reversed that. But it doesn't matter. Nogarremi getting his first round here. Not going home without swinging. Oof. Perfect time to jump in. Chunk of damage. Wow. Surprised it didn't hit the Hazanto. Oof. A lot of both of these guys just making like really predictive choices here that are working out for them. Looking kind of tough for Oliver here. Don't flash kick randomly. He's gonna V trigger through it. Don't do it randomly. I promise you he's gonna go for it. Oh, it just happened to be at the right distance to get him through. Unexpected dash. Nogarremi tying it up.
Guile win. Round one. Fight.
Okay, just doing some zoning here. Oh, that was that was really confusing. Oh. Nice check. Jab. Weasel. Beats all. Good job on Nogarremi. Not for some reason it's so tempting to challenge Weasel. Oh, wasn't ready for the conversion there. That's okay. Oh. He was trying to bait the super there with the shimmy dash back. I feel like I would have just not activated trigger unless I knew I was going to kill. Oh, the air throw. Another throw. We are trying to get out, and it works out. He just jumps. It's round. These trades are just going right in Nogarremi's favor here. Oh, wasted V reversal. Gonna happen sometimes. Uh-oh. This is a chance. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Yeah, definitely V reversal that. And nice flash kick anti-air.
Final round. Fight.
Just dash up throw. You know, you gotta keep people on their toes. I get it. We protect the skies. Wow, that anti-air, huh? Oh, you got shimmied, sir. And getting a little too predictable with your V reversals, Nogarremi. Oh. Oliver just bets it. Just says, you're going to keep pressing buttons. I'm going to go through it and just kill you. He had so much damage after that still. There was a whole CA to do. Oliver up 2-1. Just needs one more game to get into the top 4 here.
Round one. Fight.
Oof. These staggers are deadly. looking pretty dire. No bar to speak of here. It always surprises me how much chip damage Palm does. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, match point for Oliver, getting the top 4. You could tell he was ready for that DP. He was crouching from round start. But we ready with a flash kick here. Not quite close enough for the throw. Gonna side switch? Sure. We just raw flash kick. I don't even know which one that was. Oh, that's unfortunate for Oliver. Just a little out of space for that combo he's looking for. Oh, just waits for the EXDP. Gets the punish with like so much damage to spare there. Revilo, Oliver, moving on to top 4. And they're going to face the winner of our next match. This is actually kind of a big one for in the quarterfinals here. It's Mataoja versus Sergeant Slapaho, who I should have put on my favorites because their CFN is a bit to type. I totally did.
Especially when you mistype it. But no, I mean, contenders that have been in grand finals before, both Mataoja and Sergeant Slapaho. And we're seeing them for a losers semifinals qualifying match, so losers quarters match, right? Top 6 going to top 4, and one of these guys has to go out of the combo, a godlike Balrog or a godlike Ibuki. It's difficult to say who can win this. I mean, Boxer has so much damage to just dish out and deal to such a small, poor, frail girl. I think 925 health, 950 at most. I'm pretty sure it's 925.
I'd say 925. That'd be my guess.
Poor Ibuki, but at the same time, Boxer doesn't have any reversal options, so you do kind of have to hold a lot of things. Anti-airs aren't super great either, so when it comes down to it, those EX kunais, and you would think that like not having good anti-airs would mean like, Mataoja, whenever he tries to anti-air, the EX kunai, it's just gonna fail. And what it ends up being more often than not is that Mataoja just won't try to anti-air in a lot of situations, which will just give Sergeant Slapaho more opportunities to jump with normals. In other situations, that will give him plus frames in other situations. But depending on the timing of those EX kunais, you can end up in either situation where like Mataoja will push like an anti-air button a little bit later to maybe even just trade with Sergeant Slapaho. But if he recognizes that an EX kunai has come out, like it's going to be at a position or a time where, the anti-air won't even come out. Because the EX kunai is already hitting and hitting at such an earlier point than a normal jump in would, that it still gives Mataoja that option to look for regular anti-airs as kind of almost an option select after seeing Ibuki take to the air. So it'll be interesting to see how that kind of turns out. Again, this is a matchup that I haven't seen a lot, Boxer versus Ibuki, more so than Scott, since both these characters have been around since season 1, but I feel like it's changed quite a bit over the course of Street Fighter V. I feel like there was a point where Boxer wholeheartedly won it, hands down. The damage was just too much for Ibuki to keep up with, and now it kind of feels like it's become a more balanced, where I feel like both characters kind of have this edge where like if either one of them gets started, it can be hard for the other one to stop them. Of course, Ibuki's going to have that EX reversal once they have meter to kind of give that little bit of a get off me button, but Mataoja can still block that. But this V-Scale 1 from Sergeant Slapaho is going to be good at kind of whiff punishing these stand fierces at the close neutral range, and too far for the -4 punish. That's going to get you a healthy grip of damage if you're Mataoja here. keeping this corner situation. You can't get over Ambitious here in this situation. You see trying in neutral to push a big button, gonna get him clipped by the EX kunai. And now just patience here. Sergeant Slapo rocking this V-Trigger 1, the bomb setups, and that could definitely, off 2 situations, 2 bombs, take the rest of Mataoja's life bar. So you got to be careful if you're Mataoja here. You don't want to get hit into a mix-up reset into the second bomb confirmation. But gonna view reversal, get the grip and dip, and now just needs one more touch. Another one? Yeah. Oh, I thought he had it with the slide in there. No reset off of the bomb. Just gonna try to get the second one activated, but the view reversal, and now just a pixel left for Sergeant Slavaho. Not sure that anything's gonna be able to save it here. And yeah, walking that extra step forward on the fully charged V skill, making sure that your button can connect. Mataoja has seen it before. He knows better than to just try to push that stand fierce at these ranges, but going for it anyway sometimes, and that's the special sauce here, right? When you become a better player, it's sometimes just checking to see how often your opponent's going to use the tool. Are they going to be consistent with it? Are they going to be a little more inconsistent with it to make it a little bit harder? But an excellent tap punish on the whip V skill charge from Sergeant Slapaho. Mataoja looking ready to finesse and bless the streets here. Pushing a lot of buttons. Try to get a check there on the 2 hits of the target combo, a little bit too far away. Mataoja excellently spacing those, even though that it is mildly punishable, and gonna V-shift into the plus frames and just try to keep this pressure here after the throw. Oh my goodness, dash forward to the EX gunner is gonna hit a little bit weird, only the first hit, which means that Sergeant Slapo is punishable on landing, and that puts him into the mix-up situation where the overhead is enough to connect and kill. Mataoja is trying his best to decidedly show that he is not going out of this tournament, but we've seen so many small situations where it feels like Mataoja's just getting the edge. If 1 or 2 of these situations go the other way, we could see an entirely different set of results here, right? If that EX kunai had actually exploded and caught, you know, Sergeant Slabaho could be, you know, he could have won that game 1, or at least taken a round. But instead, you know, Mataoja able to find these situations and just turn them ever so slightly in his favor. But sweeping after the max reach dash punch, knowing that Mataoja kind of wanted to move forward, it's going to be a good way. But right back at you, says Mataoja, tapping through the V skill 1. Another crush though. Sergeant Slapo, they're going tit for tat right now. Neither one of them wanting to not go up for bat, as both players toss in their hats. Looks like the cat out of the bag right now. Getting hit in the face, blam blow. I'm just rhyming at this point. I don't even know what I'm doing. Gonna get the V trigger activation, just immediately V reversal. There's no reason. You know, Mataoja has plenty of damage. I wish we saw a kunai release, but gonna get the kunai release on the follow-up situation. I was gonna say the first situation off of the EX kunai, I still think there could have been a close to kill situation, and with the kunai release into the new EX up dash into target combo, possibly for Sergeant Slapo. But good -4 punish there with the DP. Going to be able to move back to this mid-screen situation, but Mataoja not letting it go that easily. Going to find his situation. He spins into nothing, getting the corner control again and trying to turn the pressure up just a little bit. Let Sergeant Slapo not get out of this corner, but the big crush on the possible neutral jump not going to work out there. Now Mataoja working his way back little by little. Sergeant Slapo just not able to make the follow-up situations to the damage count, and really can't try to activate on block here. As soon as we see the activation on block, we're going to see Mataoja V reversal, and Ibuki does not have the best activation with either one of her V trigger activations. I think both are V reversible on any blocked hit, so you really have to make sure if you're Ibuki that you're getting it. And so Mataoja dashing up, getting the anti-air, able to close it out, and now this round just able to start the pressure early thanks to holding on to a lot of this meter. But we're chilling out right now as we go
back
as
to the
Mataoja
right
is
side of
just,
the corner.
what was that?
Back to the right side of the corner. That's where we're going back to.
Yeah, always right back to it. It just feels like Sergeant Slabaho can't get anything consistently tap on any with charge V skill. Like, it worked out 1 or 2 times, and then Mataoja, instead of whiffing fierce at certain ranges, just started charging tap instead and said, go ahead, make my day. He's like, just do it. Let me see what you got. Right, gonna V reversal here? No, gonna get mixed up. Knew the kunai was going to be at least safe from the V reversal and got the reset on the overhead, but out of V trigger, out of a lot of mix-ups here, going to V reversal the plus from here. Now just any touch because of the gray life is going to be able to do it. One kunai on the side for Sergeant Slap. Look at double plus frames, and you're so afraid that another button's coming that the walk-up throw is going to be able to close out game number 2 there for Mataoja. Looking just so solid, like every time. Like I can't even say that Sergeant Slapo isn't playing solid. It just feels like in every situation Mataoja is taking that extra little bit of damage, where it feels, and those extra little bits of damage just change how Slapo has to play the round, because you end up in situations where it's no longer beneficial to take a trade or challenge in a situation because a hit could literally mean that you die. So it changes a lot of the game when it gets closer to this this mid to late health bar for Sergeant Slapaho, right? One more for the stun, it's going to get it. And that's Mataoja going to be able to close this out with a perfect, looking so strong right now. Looking unstoppable. I don't know who you think you are, but if you are in the way of this man who's trying to get mustard colored life bars every step of the way, you are in trouble. All right, chip damage. It's a moral victory. You're not going to get perfected this time, Sergeant Slaphill, but let's get something else on the board. Oh my goodness, but just after the first button, backing up a little bit, finding the counter hit on the situation, and Mataoja with absolute dominant control here, looking like Dudley from Street Fighter 4 without that crouch finish here, but just a little bit too high on the jungle, couldn't get it to connect, but nice block on the overhead, -2, so Sergeant Slappo is going to be safe, trying to keep this corner pressure high, trying to get this hit confirmed, but Mataoja just pushing back out of this corner, spinning both bars, just knows how dangerous it is to be in the corner against a Boogie, trying to find a hit confirm, and look at this, finds one hit, just needs one more in order to close it out. The throw was too far to punish the V reversal, but gets the hit, counter hit, resets into the throw, but you're just too far to get anything. Throw's not what you need here. You need a good solid knockdown in it from Mataoja. You're just gonna stop that from happening. The only way you're gonna knock this man down right now is either a godlike whiff punish or throwing him, and if it's a throw, he's out of danger entirely, but you're trying to neutral jump, you're trying to push your buttons, but Mataoja calling all that out, gets the counter hit upon landing, and that's going to take him into losers finals. We're here fight against Oliver, but I believe before we get down into there, we're going to go on up to the winner side of the bracket, where we have Ouija versus AntonyBBQ. Both of those players look godlike on the winner side of the matchup, but I will say, just because he had to go through me, I think Ouija Plus looking a little bit less possible. Just saying, Antony beat Mataoja, who we just saw look absolutely dominant.
Man, Antony beat Mataoja kind of clean.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Clean.
So
meanwhile, Ouija beat me clean, but beating me clean is like a every other day occurrence for some people. Oliver, I get to take a game because I've played him too many times before. Rashid just makes me angry.
That's a fair statement. Yeah.
Yeah, but I hope everybody is having a phenomenal time tonight. All things considered, after having two kind of heartbreaking losses for myself in terms of my own performance, I'm disappointed in myself. Both of my competitors played phenomenally. I know I'm shitting on Ouija right here, but he has everything in his toolkit to win this match against Antony. Although I will say I would rather play Rashid versus Antony than Lucia, because Antony has a lot of practice against one of the best North American Lucias in the name of SFV. So
I also don't think that's a great matchup either.
No, anytime that you try to fireball, you just get heavy DP. Good luck.
You want to just buffer your fire spinners? No, DP on block.
Everything is DP'd.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for you.
And
there's no hope for you.
She really has trouble with fireballs too, just in general. So,
yeah. So like the entire ability of both Ken to have fireballs and the ability to punish Lucia anytime that she tries to throw fireballs is remarkable. So it is going to be the Rashid and rocking V-Trigger 1. I think different than what we've seen from Luigi all night, or at least against me. I can't speak for his other games where he's been rocking V-Trigger 2. So definitely taking the extra hit of Yusar to to his best advantage. Let's see how that buff kind of works for him if he's even able to get a chance, as Antony finding the confirmations 2 times, both on the Lion Breaker and on the crouch jab. Thankfully, the wall jump from Rashid so strong, able to get away from the corner, walked into it to try to get rid of it, but still has 1 more hit to it. So even though you blocked 3 hits, still got to face the danger, but ended before the corner, so going to be so strong. And we didn't see it almost at all against Mataoja, but one of Antony's trademarks is cross-cut DPs, 100%. It doesn't make sense against Balrog because Balrog has no cross-up buttons, so that it's literally impossible. Oh, run. So roundhouse into run is going to be +1 on hit, so you got to make sure that you're watching out for that. And it's good that Ouija kind of checked that situation. Got the second V-trigger activation here now. Going to get the cross-up, but getting punished for it. Back throw through the tornado. And you're trying to run up on this man as he dash forwards and just mashes a button on you.
That's one way to beat that V-trigger, I guess.
Yeah, it's anytime that you can go into an animation like a throw or a critical art to kind of let that V-trigger run its course without you having your activation, or like you having any sort of blocking or dealing with it, is going to be the best situation. The second best thing is going to be able to like just walk up and block it before Rashid can do anything, but you got to make sure that you're checking yourself before you wreck yourself there. But getting the V-trigger activation, going to sit him down with the heavy Tatsu, no quick rise, but Andy's going to take full advantage by dashing this man closer and closer to that right side corner. Was already jumping and get clipped up by it. Not even going to get hit by the 4th hit. That's the weird thing about how that 4th hit kind of lingers a little bit. Checking out of the EX Tornado, though, that's going to be super good here for Antony as he's trying to work up to the second V-trigger, find this critical art activation. Thankfully, spent a bar. If you're Ouija, you count that as a blessing as you EX dive kick your way to tie it up around a piece. All right, but we're here chilling back in the neutral, 3rd round on the first game, trying to see who's going to be able to take it. And unlike against me, where he'd mash throw after every forward medium punch on the hit, he's giving Antony a little bit of respect, checking in with some jabs there first to see what he's going to do. And Antony so far staying super patient, still finding a hit here and there, but Ouija able to get the best of a lot of these situations right now, stacking up some damage, stacking up some gray life, but the V reversal immediately taken away after with the light kick and the trade there. That's going to give the pressure, even though that you were a little bit late on the on getting through the fireball. It's even better because it works that the back row is going to mean that Ouija lands in front. You had the light kick but didn't have the confirm. Wow. And the heavy mixer going to be able to catch behind, because that mixer, that dive kick, as good as it is for Ken, is only good at making things whiff in front of it. If you have the dual-sided hitbox, it can be a little bit rough for Ken to go around it. And the punish -4 afterwards, maybe not even a punish, maybe Antony is trying to walk. It seemed a little bit far. No, it looked like it might have just been in range, like max range for that light kick to connect.
Ouija took the first game.
Yeah, to my surprise, I thought Oliver would have been not Oliver. Antony. I know too many people by their first name. Antony, Ted, Oliver is just really confusing me. But Antony would have had a lot more prepared for this matchup, but it feels like he's a little bit lost in terms of whether he should pressure or play more neutral, especially once he loses his life lead. But right now, sitting in a good position for himself. Had the corner situation, but on the other side now is Antony going to V-reversal just to build a little bit of space, but now you have to deal with this V-trigger, the roll just to push you a little bit further, and now you still have to deal with another hit of it. It mixed up again, and now the life lead tied up. Your anti-air went the wrong way. You're stunned. It's not quite enough, I don't think. This is going to steal too much, and there's no meter on the side of Ouija. Going to go for the cross-up situation here, but still not enough. You spin the V-reversal again if you're Antony, and this is such a hard situation. You have your critical art on your next confirm. Oh, couldn't get it there. A little bit too slow on the confirm on the crouch medium, and the medium Tatsu, just a bad buffer. They're going to cost Antony around here, giving Ouija a chance to maybe go up 2-0. Maybe Antony was iced just a little bit too long there.
Ooh.
Gonna spend it all here. Punish on the heavy kick, light kick. It's going to be 4 frames. The roundhouse is going to be -4. You're going to spend it big here to get this early life lead, build up more meter just in case he can even win this round. That means he could start the next round with even more meter, but he has to make sure that he seals the deal here right now. he's doing a pretty good job. But out with the V reversal, you know, Rashid with the side switch V reversal doesn't
There's
hit.
that
Good
cross
cut again and gets the perfect, just long enough for that gray life to recover after the stand medium kick. And you know, if you're Anthony, you're feeling, you know, pretty tight about that one. You're like, I'm godlike right now. Like, you can't let anything slow you down if you're Anthony. You just have to keep believing that you're going to be the best in the world here, right? Checking the roll forward, getting the counter hit too. But finally, it's not even that invincible anymore. You can check it like you used to do Urians, where it's just, you know, you hit your median and you just wait for the EX mixer, see if it comes. Gonna block 2 hits of the mixer, 2 more hits coming, and you still can't punish anything there. You just have to wait for the rest of it to finish out. Ouija plus a good spin of his meter in order to get kind of a follow-up situation. Anthony survived most of it, but still locked down here. Good bust out with the EXDP, has the V-trigger activation, and just was so patient to see what would Ouija do there. And now just trying to find the next situation here too. Gets the DP, didn't activate, just saving for the next hit. Gets the throw, any touch now will be able to kill, and he gets the hit with the dive kick. You think it's just going to be the jump medium kick or something, or maybe you're just a little bit late on reacting with your anti-air. That's going to catch you up there, and that's going to tie it all up 1 apiece for Anthony versus Ouija in winners finals. Both of these players swinging right now. Neither one wants to give up any major situation, and you can see it in how they're playing, how intricate their defense is being, how intricate their neutral is being. They do not want to give up anything to the other one. But a round start delayed jump from Anthony, not even going punished, but the second time he tried to get that jump, Ouija finally looking for it, but too far to get the confirm on the counter hit. Medium punch. Anthony just busting out here. Going to get the juggle after the crush counter here as well. And now you're locked down here in the corner. Another counter hit confirm. I don't like the EX spin if you're Anthony, but just getting this damage here as much as possible. Need 2 more touches here in order to kill. The throw going to make it 1 more touch or 2 more throws. All right, the chip damage, just 1 more throw or a touch here will be enough to kill. And Ouija finding the opportunity to get these light mixers. I'm surprised there wasn't a heavy DP there. It looked almost close enough in order to take some damage. But
did you see
such
that
a
red?
weird situation with the 4 hits now. It just seems like you get some weird juggles now if you're Rashid on that 4 hit Yasar. But Anthony able to clip the attempted wall jump there. Go up for the first time in the set, taking a round. Trying to make it 2-1. Let's see if he's able to do it, or if Ouija has an answer here. Run up on the medium punch, not going to be plus, but just mashing out the light DP. Says, no, you can't throw me. This is my turf, homie. Oh, too far to get the punish, but good recognition. Didn't even try for the EX toss to put back in the corner, but good jump there out of the situation. Gonna get the corner domination now. Gets the cross up. That's the buff that happened. It was the nerf, but still the buff that happened at the,
didn't get
end
the
of season
jump.
4. But miss on the EXDP punish is going to give Anthony another chance at life here. All right, activation on the V-trigger. So much can happen here. Going to get the cross under. Going to get the couple of blocks here on the other side. Anthony can still make this comeback, but has to be clean and honest. No V-trigger to rely on here, but gets the back throw to the corner. This is just a start. Critical Art is building here. If he gets 1 more touch, it should be enough in order to build it. The trade, it's not going to be enough. The cross-up's going to be able to do it there for Ouija, who ties it up around a piece to see who's going to be able to go up 2-1 here in the winners finals set. This can actually be really big. Whoever can force their opponent to have to win 2 straight games is definitely going to have an advantage. You have so many more opportunities to force some terrible situations on your opponent. But right now the run gets a toss, not going back into this corner right now. Says Ouija gets the overhead, says you're living here right now. Still gonna get a punish on the DP after whiffing the medium kick. And now if you're Anthony, you're in some danger here. Gonna be reversal just to get the stun down, try to get something, but another wall jump out for Ouija. No crosscut DP, and now Anthony is locked down here in this corner. Just seemingly feels like he can't find a good situation for himself here. Gets the run after the heavy kick, but the throw still getting teched. You have to start looking for maybe a delay or something like that in order to beat the throw, but the miss on the medium mixer is going to give a good situation for Anthony. Not a complete punish on the V reversal attempt, but the confirm and the critical is going to give Ouija game number 3, going up 2-1 against Anthony. There was just a few situations where I felt like Anthony could have gotten a little bit more if he was able to, like, against the V reversal out of the corner. Like, you had the crouch medium punch, you just needed to buffer and believe in yourself a little bit there that it would have hit so that you could EX Tatsu, get a good knockdown for yourself. Even if you're back to mid screen, EX Tatsu is a good knockdown for Kin. You still kind of get to dash up and start some offense, but instead, you know, you let yourself, after the crouch medium punch, get put into the corner, let Ouija run his game a little bit into the confirmation, into the kill. But good crosscut here for Antony, a good start to game number 4. Let's see if he's able to turn into anything more. But I would love to see, I'm not sure how well it works out for Kin, but some like heavy DPs through these fireball cancels, especially on the medium and the heavies, if you're able to kind of call it out. It's been more consistent than not that Ouija's going for it, but finally the connection with the V trigger 2 is going to be able to do some good damage here. Just not able to consistently get any pressure afterwards. It feels like the most difficult part, but going to back throw out of the overhead attempt. The Genoid is going to go away, but you still have to deal with the fact that Rashid can just kind of jump out at any point, but getting clipped there. Counter hit is going to do just enough damage for Antony to be able to close out another round here. Let's see if this time Antony can convert into a full gamer. If Ouija has something to say about it, right? Both characters sitting at full critical, so it can be super dangerous on either side.
We mashing. There's the crosscut. Yeah.
Yeah, EXDP this time, and your DP ain't going nowhere. Counter hit confirmation too with the crouch fierce after the down medium punch. Just one more for the sun. Good break, but you're not out of the woods yet. Oh my goodness, DP a little bit too early, just in case it was the fast fall. Instead it was the far fall. Gonna have to block that Yasar, and that gives Ouija a chance to get some pressure started here in the corner. Gonna be minus on the forward medium. No attempt to EXDP, gets clipped in the dome. The EXDP is gonna be enough in order to tie it up. My light in my room just flickered and it gave me a heart attack. Just like how Antony's giving Ouija +1 a heart attack right now as we go into game number 5.
This is terrible. This final game here determines whether you get 2 sets against Mataoja or 1. It's really dismissive of Oliver.
Yeah, I was like, Oliver can still win. Don't count him out. But looking good right now. Having this momentum going into game number 5 is super good for Antony if he's able to keep up this mentality. The run cancel on the stand medium punch not going to be plus, so you know that's just Ouija taking it right there. The dive kick just to get away from landing on the fireball. Still not quite in the best situation. Antony just able to stack up these little hits of damage, buffering the crouch medium punch from downtown into medium Tatsu, getting the throw here as well. And now you're trying to push a button a little bit too late there on the run. And this, look at this, Antony working on the perfect, try to jump back in order to catch the jump out, but instead just going to give Ouija the opportunity to play his game here. Gets a few hits of damage, but Antony right now sitting on such a strong life lead. You're gonna get the jump into the confirm there as Ouija try to throw a fireball, and that's gonna be match point now for Antony. Let's see if he's able to convert it into a full game, or if Ouija's gonna be able to tie it up and take us to final round. This is where it's gonna all come together right now. Oh, good check. The light kick beating out the roundhouse, but already just buffering how that roundhouse is going to look after the block or the hit, or if neither one of those even happens. You can just tell Antony was just entirely prepared. But Plus Frames here gets the shim sham, thank you ma'am, as Plus Frames just rack a bound, and now you're too afraid to attack. You're getting thrown, but gonna bust out here with the Shinryuki. You gotta hold that if you're Ouija, but maybe might be the best. You got him to spin a little bit early where it's not going to be in a life or death situation. Now you can still kind of run your game plan, especially after you get that knockdown on heavy mixer mid-screen. As much as Antony can make a comeback in 1 to 2 hits, Ouija just needs a similar 1 to 2 hits, but solely on offense, and one of them has to be counter. You're going to get another V-trigger activation. You're going to jump over, no, just going to wait and make him block a few more hits, but not a lot after that V-trigger, and I don't like it. I would have preferred to see some sort of spin on the beginning of that to make Antony a little more nervous on defense going back into it. But instead, it's going to be the patience and calmness out of Antony there that's going to move forward to fight up against Mataoja, move up into grand finals as Ouija +1 drops down to the losers to fight the winner of Oliver versus Mataoja.
Okay, Mataoja's in a ranked match right now, it looks like, so we might have to bamp for a second.
I cannot believe that the stream sniper aficionado has the audacity to just enter a tournament. Excuse me, enter a ranked match mid-tournament. This guy is usually so respectful, so patient, so willing to wait and find his match, but maybe just thinking that Ouija had it in him to go a little bit further, was really just banking on that extra minute or two.
I mean,
but again, no worries here in an instant. I'm not even sure if he finishes versus 2. He might have just did a one and done right there with how fast he showed up.
I respect that.
Yeah, respect your TOs. If there's anything that I think more and more players need to understand now more than ever, is tournaments are fleeting, and the people that run tournaments now are really sacred, because there's not many people that are looking to run tournaments for the future. A lot of the younger generation just want to play. So it's going to be super interesting to see how that shakes out in the future. But what we're interested in seeing shake out right now is Oliver versus Mataoja, and I have on a couple of different occasions seen Oliver beat Mataoja, but it has to be kind of a bad night for Mataoja and a really good night for Oliver. And Oliver's had a decent night so far, but I think Mataoja is going to be the one to take this here, as I discount him early on. But do not ever discount Oliver. He has the ability to make those comebacks. He's really been working on his mental fortitude, his ability to access whole sets instead of just finding one or two situations that work well for him like I do. So he's going to be able to try to look to see how Mataoja's using these dash punches, how he's using his normals here, and where he can kind of find these gaps and holes in Mataoja's thinking. But right now these dash punches are just hitting so true. You think you can spin a meter, that's not going to happen. The air reset, thankfully no punish on the rest of that string, but Mataoja still has to be careful. A bar on the side for Oliver can definitely start the damage to add up, but the anti-air on the boost and flip, the sand medium kick, going to be able to easily take out, sand medium punch is going to be able to easily close it out. We round start dash punch into step back, low medium EX dash punch, just looking for it at every range. Doesn't matter if it's hit or it's blocked. Y'all dealing with some plus frames. Stop trying to push and flip out of my corner, baby. Bought it just for you. Got to make sure that you're ready for the anti-air. That time not going to work out, as Oliver is able to get some damage on the board. Finally toss him up one more time. One more for the stun. Tried for the sweep. Going to throw him again, but the V shift is going to get him out of immediate danger as he finds the activation again. But no anti-air out of Oliver. It's kind of uncharacteristic. We saw him even kind of buffered a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a pump there.
Yeah, just like half a pump just wasn't enough. Got to get full pop pump. Shout out to that New Mexico boxer player. But Mataoja taking game number 1. I do want to say, Sniffles, I apologize if I have to step out a little early.
No,
I am pretty tired, and I need to find food. But I'm trying to fight off these dozes that I'm getting mid-match, even though this is so exciting. The sleep is calling me, but an excellent jump in, making sure that Oliver's brain is slapped awake and getting the reset on the throw, so that you even know, Oliver just not awake at the wheel right now, as Mataoja is able to find so many good situations back to back to back to back. But right now, Oliver putting up this sturdy defense, shaken awake by that throw. Let's see if it's going to mount into anything. Super is building, and about half-life gone from Mataoja, so it's still 100% possible if you're Oliver here to find something, but I don't like the waste of the V-trigger on block. And yeah, Oliver's going to walk into the down medium kick, and end it all there, as we go into what could be two games straight here from Mataoja. But I'm really curious to see how Oliver's going to be able to do it against me. After I was getting a few round start jump ins, he started just switching to walking back, grabbing a little bit more, but that's not really what you get to do here against security as you eat this big damage. You can see how Mataoja kind of treats how Oliver's going to act like maybe a more normal, is actually like, oh, you wake up with Chab, I'm just going to walk back and whiff punish it automatically. So you can really see some of the process and how Mataoja's thinking, but Oliver right now the one doing all of the thinking as he gets the stun here. Going to be able to close it out? No, the scaling is just way too much. But the toss up, the grip and dip afterwards going to be plenty of damage.
Final round.
That was quite the comeback there.
Fight.
Shows
I
you
literally
that.
can't remember. Go ahead.
I was just going. Shows you Oliver is definitely not out of this. He can take this. He's got to play the game of his life, though.
He is absolutely trying to play the game of his life right now. And Mataoja, for him, it's just Tuesday, baby.
Another P for Mataoja.
Another blue ribbon for Heckerman. Sorry, that's a old school League of Legends rap that I haven't listened to in maybe 9 years? 10 years?
Fun. So I'm assuming it was really cool back then.
Yeah, like if I said that like 10 years ago where more people like played League, everybody would have fucking lost their brains. There's my one F-bomb, by the way.
Isn't that like the second time you've said that?
Shh, it's my one F-bomb, baby. If I make it so, then it doesn't matter.
Oof. Good
Ooh,
whiff
that
punish.
was a terrific whiff punish. And Mataoja tried for the cross and are not able to quite get it.
Oh.
Having to win this neutral.
Using the
fair
ball
and
rod
honest.
tech there.
I'm just saying, people hate Boxer because they're not Boxer. So, oh my goodness.
got danced on.
He shimmied in front of his face for like 3 seconds and then hit him with the button. Alright, you're going to V-reversal the attempt of V-trigger there, which will put Oliver right back into the corner. He needs 2 good touches in order to close it out. Mataoja just needs the 1, and the toes are going to be the way to do it. He came for them straight and solid. Just needs 1 more in order to close out loser semis.
Really trying to bait out some options from Mataoja here. And he's getting them. He's just not baiting them. He's just getting them to the face.
Yeah, and it seems like Oliver has decided that Young Zeku is going to be the way to go here in this match. Going to activate off of the block target combo, but nice tech there. Going to get the anti-air, but just can't get any sort of follow-up there either. Mataoja just pressing. Oh, and out of range for the throw reset too. And it just, this is a difficult situation for Oliver. Had the dominant corner situation, could have gotten a life lead, instead losing a lot of his life instead. Just needs to find this big confirm into activation, into critical art. The counter activation from Mataoja, going to be able to seal it 3-0. As we just saw, neutral jump from Mataoja, excuse me, not Mataoja, from revilOliver into not immediate, but a delayed super from Alex McLeod to the full confirmation of, what did I just
CA.
say? I swear my brain was entirely disjointed from what my mouth was saying. And like my brain went into work mode. I'm like, what word did I just say somebody's real name that I work with? Like, I was so confused.
It happens.
I
It's
have
all
nothing.
good.
Like I'm losing it.
But I feel like Oliver was making a pretty good stand there until the end, where he just got really neutral jump happy. It worked a couple times, and he just seemed to really focus on that option. Just too much.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. A good boxer will start recognizing when you're going for those neutral jumps and either hit you out with the dash upper. Is that what they call it in this game?
Screw
I can't
up.
remember. And
Screw
then
upper.
the screw upper, and then the other option is just wait for you to fall down a little bit more and hit you with the super, which is exactly what happened there.
All right. I bet you Mataoja is really wanting to get that run back with Antony here. Hoping to make quick work of Ouija. We'll see how this goes, though. We know Mataoja has plenty of experience against Rashid. Assuming I feel like
Yeah,
this is
keep
not
going.
where you bring
I
up the
need to-
Lucia.
I need to take a little break.
Okay.
I'm listening. I need to go grab water.
Okay. Hey, you do that, man. All right. No surprises here on the V system choices. Let's see what Ouija could bring out here. I feel like any of the crazy chaotic situations that Rashid can put you in, Mataoja's seen. Nothing is new here for Mataoja. I also bet you that Mataoja is holding tap right now. Oh.
I mean, and that could definitely cost him if he's holding tab half this round. You lose access to 2 of your buttons. So that can actually really come into play.
Yeah, just the way
So it's
he's
gonna
like
be-
being so conservative, though, is really makes me think he's holding tab. Just waiting for that whirlwind cancel.
Yeah, and I feel like he's kind of, if he's holding tap, he definitely is changing which buttons he's using a lot of the time, which is kind of the optimal thing. You can, if you ultimately like hold down 3 buttons and then let go of the one that you need to use next, you can still hold on to, I think, your full tap charging. But good blocks there on the V-Trigger 1 activation and follow-up situation for Mataoja. Has a decent life lead here, but all it takes is 2 good hits here for Ouija in order to take it. But Mataoja is just able to find the low.
Just
You
goes
don't
for
think
it.
he's going to do it because it's not safe on block, but if you're not blocking low, then it don't matter because it's going to hit on the second hit instead of you blocking it. So a little bit of a mistake there from Ouija, but Mataoja's going to take it here as he tries to move forward in this second round. But
Oh.
big punish here on the EX reversal attempt at from Ouija. You know, you have that the extra delay, but you're still invincible, which means that it's still crush counterable towards the second half of it. Finds the opportunity, gets the enhanced EX mixer, spins the meter on the EX dive kick too. It had 1 hit till the stun, and he's going to be able to find it there too. Good job from Ouija there, able to tie it up around a piece. Really wanting that run back. As you said, you know, both of these players wanting that run back against Antony, but Antony has just been looking so solid. But we'll see, you know, how much more solid counter hit on the second hit. Going to get to confirm on the +4 situation. And good blocks here from Mataoja, and then good anti-air too. But
That's
he
gotta
did
be
not
a
want the screw upper
mistake,
on the dash under. Sometimes it happens as you dash under and you hold like down back.
Yeah.
Excuse me, down back as you're side switching, which would be a down forward. It kind of gives you a double down forward input, which means you get an uppercut. But less in the dome right now is Mataoja trying to send Ouija home. Of course, he should already be there if this is an online tournament, but here's the V-Trigger activation. We're going to wait and see what's going to come of it. Going to get hit 1, 2 times, 3 times. Going to get the not the whirlwind, but the kick into the super to connect. Just needs 1 more touch. What's it going to be? The wait, the patience. If Mataoja finds anything, if you throw any fireball, if you get hit by anything, it's going to be into the critical arc, just like what we saw there. He whiffed!
Oh god. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, just wait. He saw V-Trigger. Okay. I thought he just went for that for a second.
I'm glad you said something about him having V-Trigger. I also thought that he just went for low rush, and it was just a 50-50 and I won the game kind of situation. But Mataoja, you know, he's a smart cookie.
Oh. Surprised with all the buffs they did to different moves to make them drop less. You're still seeing stuff like that. But Mataoja didn't crack, kept it safe, got that game.
Yeah, why does it feel like even when Mataoja is in the corner and Ouija's pressuring, that Mataoja is still at advantage? Like, he's just so dominant in how he performs in defense that it feels like even though you get the knockdown, you have him in the corner, that you're the one that's hit the trade combo to push out of the corner, checking the toes against why you walking back against me. But good dive kick to beat out the anti-air medium punch, and that's going to give Ouija a chance at life here as he finds the anti-air into activation here. You have to block all of this good block. He stayed in front, went behind on, on the wall jump. Not able to get the good punish there on the dash punch, but still trying to keep this corner situation as frantic as possible. The screw upper not going to connect. He needs just a little bit more, and that's going to be enough with the medium mixer.
It's so hard to punish those wall jumps.
It's annoying. You know what I wish? As he was clinging to the wall, he could get hit or air thrown. But like, there's like this couple frame situation where he clings to the wall and nothing can happen to him.
It's super annoying.
Yeah, especially when you're Guile and you react to him jumping and you jump air throw, but then he wall clings for a second. I'm salty still.
I definitely saw that a few times tonight.
Makes no goddamn sense. My throw hitbox goes right through him.
Okay, let's stop focusing on that now. Man,
I
gotta
what we
say,
need to focus on is how Mataoja is dominating right now. He just chased down everything in every situation from Ouija there. Not a perfect, but it definitely felt like after Ouija got the initial kind of back and forth out of the way that Mataoja was just entirely dominant.
One thing that nice check on that EX Whirlwind cancel. Mataoja is something they're really calling out right now is Ouija likes to walk back and pressure. He's been going for a lot of unsafe low stuff, and it's been hitting.
Yeah, too much at the time. We've seen it with EX Low Rush. We saw it in that round where he went for the low rush as well. So it's definitely a theme here. Gonna get out of the corner here is Mataoja on the anti-air, now just able to find some pressure here. We've seen so many times before that he's willing to just EX dash punch, and that's what it's gonna be right there, getting another 200 damage on the board. Just needs one more touch, but we have a V-trigger on deck for Ouija. He's able to find the use for it. Gonna do it right now. Absolutely, but you have V-trigger on deck for Mataoja, and he V-shifts. The biggest of brains right there of the attempted eagle spike, and you know, you're just out of it right now. If you're Ouija, you get punished like that, your opponent goes up 2-0 against you. That's a rough look. Like, the momentum is so in favor of Mataoja. If you're Ouija +1 here, there's so many things that are racing through your brain about what you could do better. It's like, oh, should I have done this? Should I have done that? Should I have done X, Y, and Z? And Mataoja just sitting there being like, yeah, I'm godlike. Just full confidence in how he's going to play the rest of this matchup. And it's kind of that brazen confidence that can carry some players as long as they know what they're actually doing. And Mataoja definitely knows what he's doing. Number 181 on the leaderboard. 131, excuse me. I feel like he's moved up 50 places. The last time I look, one more for the stun now from Mataoja. He's going to get the air-to-air on the jump back.
Is that the hood
that's
perfect?
Going to be... I think it's sort of a hood perfect. There was no actual damage on it. It was all chip damage.
Yeah, that's what I call it, hood perfect.
Hood perfect. Yeah, I mean, that's the classic.
Yeah.
But let's see if the actual classic can happen here. Ouija would have to bring it back 6 straight rounds right now in order to take it. It would be super hyped to see him do it, but Mataoja right now is just so slow and patient on the ground, finding these little hits here and there, making them add up to big things. But right now, Ouija Plus doing the same thing with these crouch fierces, but misspace one thing, and you're out of here. Getting too much damage from Boxer to miss anything. The same thing vice versa if you're Mataoja, but you might just be a little bit more willing if you're Mataoja to just, you know, maybe more experience in the fighting community, to just have that patience in situations, to just wait, listen, watch, see what's going to happen. No punish there on the wall dive. You're going to try it the second time? No. Third time? No. Just waiting to see what's going to happen. No reason to press forward super a lot here and lose something in the corner, but going to get whiff punished, but no confirm, but still getting mixed. One more touch, all either side needs. If it's a throw, both sides need 2 throws, but gonna V-shift again. Neither one gonna be the one to lose the V-trigger and not get the activation, but Mataoja's gonna be the one, unfortunately, just a little bit too passive there in the jumps and the dash-ups in neutral. I know they're fast, but you gotta make sure that you're ready for those.
I say, if I'm Mataoja, with how, like, he's winning pretty clean in the neutral, I wouldn't even fuck with the corner. Like, once your pressure's over the corner, I'd just back up, let him wall jump for a while until he gives up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Mataoja is excellent at doing that kind of game, but right now tied up the life lead, gonna get some big damage. There's not gonna be enough to kill, but just one more situation. The V-Break gonna get some of that to go down, a lot of it to go down now. But your life bar is not out of the woods yet, especially when you miss-space your dive kicks like that. Just one more touch to screw up, we're gonna get beat out by the bait, and that's gonna be some good damage. And now we get the V-Trigger activation just to show what I can do. Back throw again. I can't believe that he didn't run up and back throw him another time. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another back throw there after 2 crab light kicks, but instead it's going to be the dash punch minus on block, and that's going to give Rashid the ability to get a pretty decent punish there.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, no offense to Ouija, but a lot of unforced errors there towards the end from Mataoja. Like that's. I still don't understand the dash punch at the end. Maybe he just really believed it was going to hit. But just really unnecessary. He could have made it save with meter. He could have just backed up. But sure, Mataoja is not one to lose this set.
I mean, not wanting to lose it and doing the Ds that make you not lose are two different things. So we'll see how that works out. Right now, Mataoja on that life lead, trying to take it back to a 1-round game, but VG right now doing an excellent job fighting back the wall jump. Going to save him from utter defeat in the corner. All right, nice dash forward. You expect your opponent to play so solid here in this neutral that the dash forward just catches you off guard. Same thing with these dive kicks. You expect them to just hit the regular jump in, so your air just isn't ready in time. But this time, Alexi is able to take it.
Match point yet again.
What did I say?
You said Alexia. I wasn't going to question it.
Dude, these are things here. Things are on my brain. Mataoja's name is not Alexia at all, by the way. It's just look at his name, but do it backwards. That's his actual name. I'm lost right now. My brain's scrambled. Just how Luigi's brain's looking a little bit scrambled. He thankfully got away from that neutral jump punish on the forward medium. That could have been extra bad here, as Luigi's looking to find this V-Trigger 1 activation out of the corner. Can definitely find the situation now. Double down medium kick is going to be pretty bad situation here. Anti-air got beat out. Now going to back up, activate, just trying for it. These dash punches are able to close the distance.
Okay. I was a little worried there when Ouija got the one game, but he cleaned it up. He's going to grand finals, getting that run back against Antony.
I don't know why my brain.
It's okay. I'm really curious what the adaptations are going to be here, because as we stated earlier, like, Antony beat Mataoja pretty clean in winner's side, but I mean, Antony's been kind of on the back burner here. Mataoja's hot right now, so
yeah. And I mean, the first set against Mataoja and Antony was a lot of terrific whiff punishing out of Antony, and then just kind of that close to mid-range neutral pressure with the stand roundhouse, the down medium punch as well. And when that wasn't working out for him, Antony would just push himself out and then walk back a little bit, wait for a whiff on the dash punch, and find the opportunity to go right back in.
Sportsmanship. Let's have a good match.
Let's have a good match. Hopefully I can keep my brain on straight. It's been up for too long. I'm sure it's been the same for you too.
Been up since a little before 7, and it's like 1:30 here. But that's okay.
I was up at 5:30 my time, and now it's almost 10:30. But I haven't had any food like all day, so.
Well, you shouldn't do that. You should get food.
And then I did 3 shots during the tournament.
Oh,
so.
That sounds super bad.
Oh, it was fun. I got 5th place.
I'm glad you had fun, at least, I guess. Oh, I totally did the wrong score.
All right. Let's go. Oh! I missed on the -4. He was so sure that it was going to work, but not able to get the full crush counter punish, unfortunately, and Mataoja's going to need a lot of damage on follow-up situations. So now we're back to this neutral. I have hiccups. That's not fun. Oh, clipped him. Counter hit too, but getting the duff on the dome. That's the counter hit into the activation. Coast to coast. I like the V shift there on the reset attempt. Not enough to kill with the EXDP. Just needs one more touch. Is it going to be the overhead? You're going to back medium kick him? No, just the patience right now. And the delay. You're just so sure that Antony's just going to look for a low forward and look to hit confirm it into the EX Tatsu or maybe a DP that you're just not expecting the fireball to get tossed. But Mataoja this time trying to start the round out right. Gets the big crush. Not even going to attempt to spin the EX just because he saw that it went under so many times before. Just going to keep this stun high by checking this corner situation. But finally, Antony getting the space, letting that stun go down. Won't get stunned this game. Maybe. One touch now. I was dangerously close to telling a lie, but going to get the juggle here after the medium Tatsu. Toss him up one time. Yo, is Antony going to make this comeback? He's getting the juggle into the run, into the DP, and now it's just a one-touch game. Either way, you do not want to get hit confirmed into the Shinryuken. Instead, Mataoja able to get the start with the trigger, but the back throw. Woo! Going to chip him out. No, he has the V reversal. Yeah, I can't do it. You have to be super. Oh, the DP. He thought there was going to be a button press. I don't know why. I feel like I'm shouting right now. I'm so sorry for everybody's eardrums, but I can't believe that Antony tried to check a whiff button there after the throw break from Mataoja with the heavy DP, ending up costing him everything there as Mataoja gets to sit on full meter, spinning one bar to push towards the corner with a -2 situation. Roundhouse into run, gonna get checked. But here we go. The dive kick gonna get something started here. Still full meter for Mataoja after spinning one bar. Just chill out here in the neutral a little bit here. Antony getting pushed towards the corner, but good jump out to escape. No buffer on the same medium, but definitely buffering the crouch medium kick into EX Fireball into the Shinryuken. Gonna get some good damage and the total corner control here. Got the toss up and now just one situation. Nice break. Got the activation, has full critical art, so any touch here will actually kill from Mataoja on the overhead. Yeah, that's gonna be that. Game number 1 already in the bag.
Oh,
I lied because the scaling was wrong. I don't believe it. Mataoja literally lost that round because of scaling.
Ken wins.
Like, I'm pretty sure if he had done one last hit of his V-trigger dash punches, the super would have just killed. But because it was just the unfortunate tip of damage, put him over to scale the super just that little bit of extra. It's supposed to have 50% guaranteed, but if you scale their life enough during the combo, it will get extra scaled still. Like, you'll scale down to 45% or so, which is just enough. You saw that sliver of life on Antony's side. It's literally just 5 damage one way or the other would have been enough. But Antony just finding the bust out EXDP on the neutral jump. But start of this round's going in Mataoja's favor. Kind of rampant here to kind of get something on the board after what should have been his nice crouch fierce, finally beating out the dive kick. We've seen so many times that the dive kick just goes behind or just beats it out because Mataoja did a little bit too slow. But roundhouse into the activation and a heavy Tatsu? No. Light Tatsu into DP, dash forward. No, jump forward. What's the mix? Toss him up one time. Go back in and try to whiff punish it. It could have been Mataoja's turn, but just finding the opportunity afterwards into the EX dash punch. No confirm there for Antony on the down medium punch, but just trying to jump in, getting clipped early from Mataoja. But a nice whiff punish. We see him do it so many times before. Run up, trying to get some pressure, but we get possibly an activation from Mataoja. Not even needed as he anti-airs again. You think you're hot because you're kin and you just get that early jump fierce. It catches people trying to like walk under you or something like that, but an early anti-air from Mataoja is also able to beat it out. So really good stuff there, but a good start to this round until that whiff punish. That's gonna give Antony some hesitation the second time too. Both on the roundhouses, both punished to perfection. If you're Mataoja there, giving him such a good life lead, but it's been back and forth tit for tat right now and tossing him out of the KKB turnaround. don't want to get hit right now. That's going to be the V-trigger activation. If you're Mataoja and get hit, Antony's definitely going to go straight into it. I like the V reversals, just keeping the pressure high, not letting Antony start anything, not letting him feel comfortable with any button in neutral, right? You're going to do roundhouse, I'm V reversing. It's guaranteed every single time. I don't have to think about it. You get knocked down, I get the ability to maybe take some gray life off of you. So that's all that Mataoja was thinking about right there, and that's going to enable him to tie it up a game apiece here after what was kind of a robbery round at the end of the first game.
Yeah, this could have easily been 2-0. 2-0 Mataoja. Gotta say, it is honestly impressive just to get Antony to whiff roundhouse. I feel like he's so good at spacing those.
Dude, I've played against Antony for 2 years consistently, and man, he does not whiff a lot of things. So Mataoja is doing a phenomenal job, but Andy's doing a phenomenal job of opening up Mataoja until another whiff comes through, this time the stand medium kick. And so it's just even harder looking for the V-shift to maybe catch another roundhouse, but Antony not taking the bait. Has V-trigger possibility, but not even going to get a chance to spin it as Mataoja finds the hit into the EX, into the rest of the confirmation, and trying to take it up to 2-1 right now.
Has the download been complete?
I'm not quite sure. It feels like Antony still gets a hit here and there, but when it push comes to shove, Mataoja's defense is just winning out until that dash punch a little bit too close, but nice backdash on the air reset. Antony keeping the pressure just a little bit safe, but checking and finding these counter hits close up and a little bit further away too, but good block on the overhead. No activation from Mataoja, just thought that he had it, but a punish on the overhead. We're going tit for tat right now. No reset with the KKB into punch, just gonna let Antony fall down out of the combo jump out of the corner. Any confirmation now for Antony will be into that critical art, but instead a miss on the dive kick gonna cost him everything. Just scrambling in the situations following as Mataoja goes up 2-1.
I think scrambling's a good word. It's definitely getting a little more chaotic now, a little less controlled. Like to see Antony try to slow it down a little bit, because that's when he's been doing his best work, is when there's less chaos happening.
Yeah, but right now it feels like Antony's just kind of pressuring the situation on Mataoja a little bit too much. You see, like, Mataoja, instead of whiffing a lot of buttons, is just walking forward to try to find the next best range for himself. And when he's no longer at that, he's walking back just a little bit. But there we go, checking the fireball, even in the confirmation, pushing all the way to the corner. And now Antony's in a very difficult situation. Okay, clipped him on the other side, got the dash under, wanted to take control of that corner, but nice blocks from Mataoja, able to kind of keep the recognition on those situations and stay to this mid-screen situation where he's at advantage until the roundhouse hits. Like Tatsu into heavy DP. He's going to push to the corner. Good situation for himself here. Nice break on the throw. And now we're going right back into it. Jumping himself into the corner. Jumping yourself out. Finding the hit too. Mataoja just not ready. Anticipating a dash forward on the ground, because that's what Antony's done in so many situations.
Honestly, I was saying Antony should slow it down. That read might actually be wrong.
No, I think speeding it up is the chance. You don't want Mataoja to have the ability to slow roll this neutral game in his favor. So finding opportunities to speed it up for yourself is going to be good here. You're going to heavy Tatsu, going to get a good close knockdown situation. Toss him up one time, trying to chase him down. Just needs one more good combo for the stun. Is going to be able to get it. No, over ambitious, got anti-aired back there to the corner, and now it's Mataoja's turn to try to stack up the rest of this damage to close out this round, but getting clipped by the Tatsu again. EX almost like a dive kick, and that's going to put him, but got clipped on the toes on the second hit. You got to make sure that you're watching yourself. In the big bait there, Antony went for the moon, went for the stars, tried to land on the moon, instead ended up down in the grave, as Mataoja's looking to take this 3 straight games after losing the first one. Which I want to point out, he lost the first one on a stroke of luck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bad scaling decision, unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. And Mataoja's showing that he definitely has what it takes in order to win this, but Antony does not want this bracket to be reset this easily. He wants to make Mataoja work as long as possible for it. Gets the crush, gonna take him all the way to the corner again. Has V-trigger as a possible punish too. No take on the Shim Sham there. Mataoja just staying patient, and now Antony trying to look to build up some of this great life again, but gets clipped in the ChaChaZee dash forwards. And now look at this situation. It just 200 or 300 damage situation difference for both of these players, but it changes how much the match gets played, how much Antony feels like he needs to walk forward and challenge in these situations, but finds the roundhouse. Gonna again light Tatsu DP, run forward, get the pressure, toss him up one time, and now if you're Mataoja, you're the one in the dangerous situation, but blocks out the dive kick, finds the activation point, but not able to get too much, and you have to be careful. Good block on the overhead, the back throw the kill, and that's gonna tie us all up 2-2.
Wow.
Ken wins.
Win for
Honestly,
all.
towards the end, it really felt like Mataoja was cracking as Antony got, you know, more of that damage, more good situations for himself. It just felt like those subtle changes that Antony made to maybe be a little bit less risky and neutral, where Mataoja was stacking a lot of that damage. It just worked out for Antony towards the end as Mataoja got more and more ambitious towards the end to try to make that, you know, close that gap, make that comeback.
Yeah, sometimes you know, you get a little tunnel vision. You're like, man, if I can just get this one last situation, that's the situation I'm going for. I get the reset, I get the win, whatever it is. And you really gotta just stick with what got you to where you are.
Yeah, but instead of sticking with what's gotten him this far, Antony actually went for a light DP on a setup, trying to go through a throw, but instead not really able to get anything, got punished for it, and even getting punished for throwing too close fireballs here in the neutral as well. You know, Mataoja's really on top of his game right now, checking for everything that you could possibly think of, but I do like Antony going back to this fireball a few more times. It hasn't been an option that was shown very many times, but is not going to come to fruition here as Mataoja goes up to match point, reset point again. Let's see if he's able to close it out and reset the bracket.
Interesting.
Ooh, my goodness, almost got the punish there on the EX low rush, but just not quite able to. Oh, dash in, dash in, dash out, dash back in, back throw. Not able to get too much else off of it. You know, Ken's back there, not the best for pressure, but just able to kind of catch Mataoja asleep at the wheel. Full critical alert on deck for Antony. He's definitely going to want to be able to hold on to that for the next round. But also with this full V-trigger gauge, so if he's able to find that one big hit, I think he has to spend one bar in order to close it out. Oh, not off of the triple lights into a heavy DP. Yeah, just going to go for the knockdown. Needs one more touch. Even after the trade, one more touch. The counter hit low forward is going to be able to do it. And now we are all tied up. Final round to see if we're going to get a bracket reset out of Mataoja, or if we're just going to see Antony take the tournament in almost dominating fashion up until this last set, where it's been so back and forth. But a good early start here from Antony, getting all this pressure, where he's been really patient and passive in earlier rounds, and that's going to be answered by Mataoja in kind, finding his own opportunity to become a little more active and taking that advantage. You know, not one to take all of this lying down right now. But back to back here, Antony still with a sizable life lead, able to find the situation with the roundhouse, get some punishes, but the runch is going to get checked here as Mataoja activates his V-trigger, not able to get too much, but going to push to the corner just to give a better situation for himself here, but no full punish on the cross up dive kick that didn't hit at all, and that's going to be Antony able to close it out with a low forward fireball. Utterly undefeated all tournament, so very good job. Losing a couple games here and there, but thoroughly impressed with how Antony played.
Yeah, I bet Mataoja is a little not too happy about that because like they should have had that reset already. Let's be honest. That drop in the first game was so crucial. Well, not drop, but
well, it wasn't a drop, just that slight miscalculation on the damage value, right? And to the point where unless you are absolutely like know for sure like this combo at this life is going to do this much damage because of scaling, it's just not something that you're really predicting to come out or to happen to yourself. There's like, no, surely this will kill. Like even I thought it was going to kill. Pretty sure most of the chat thought it was going to kill, but just that 5 health difference is all that it took there. And that kind of just gave Antony that little bit of ledge into Mataoja's brain, where we saw there was 2 games where Mataoja looked super solid, looked like he was going to take it. Almost was just right there, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Unfortunately, Mataoja's going to get second place. Big shout out to Antony. It was such a wonderful tournament tonight. Thank all of the viewers who came up and watched all night. Big shout out to all of our competitors, all 22 of you, myself included. Thank you, Sniffles, for hosting the tournament. I've been Nogarremi. You can find me at Nogarremi on Twitter. That's Nogarremi on Twitter. The host of this tournament. If you haven't already followed him already on Twitch, you can, if you're watching, you should absolutely do it. Hit him with a follow. Every Monday he's streaming unless there's server maintenance. And you can find Sniffles on Twitter at SNIFFQLLS. So big shout outs to Sniffles for hosting this. It's been an over remarkable tournament. It's been so good to have so many people come out for this tournament. Finally, again, I think I speak for everybody, as tired as all of us are. Thank all of you for coming out. Have a good night. See y'all next Monday.
Thank you, and good night.